The Scottish League Cup.
Live on Sports Sound from BBC Radio Scotland.
Where Scottish football lives.
Thank you very much, Liam. Working overtime, consummate professional as always. Good afternoon from sunny, for the moment, Paisley, with me, Thomas Duncan, as we await the 3 o'clock commentary. Motherwell, the visitors here to play St Mirren. Two teams bang in form. St Mirren won 5 in a row since losing to Montrose in their League Cup opener in the group stage. That already feels like an eternity ago. Motherwell, just 2 defeats since February when Stuart Kettlewell came in as manager. 12 unbeaten going back to last season. So it really is a mouth-watering prospect, those two teams. Arguably, I would say, I don't know what the guys think, we'll come to them in a moment, the most unpredictable game on the card in the last 16, and it is Stephen Thompson and Lee Miller rearing to go alongside me, guys. Tomo, what do you reckon? This one could be tasty.
Yeah, I think it's got all the makings of a brilliant cup tie. It's a very difficult one to call. Motherwell's record against St Mirren in recent times has been very good. I think St Mirren have only beaten them once in about the last 9 occasions, so you know how tough it will be. However, with the tie being here in Paisley, I think it maybe gives St Mirren a slight edge, given the home form that St Mirren have displayed last season, and it looks as though they've taken it into this season as well. They have a team that know how to get the job done here in Paisley. So I'm expecting goals, and I'm expecting it to be very, very tight, Thomas.
Well, Lee Miller, you came here to watch your boy Lennon, and he's on the bench. What's that
Can't
all about?
believe it. That's a disgrace from Stuart Kettlewell.
Manager, it's a disgrace. No, obviously, understand why he's kind of changed it up a little bit in the cup. Lennon's played a lot of minutes. He's been very fortunate to play a lot of minutes this season. He's doing really well, but he'll be gutted himself. He's not playing. He wants to play every single game, but I'm really looking forward to the cup tie. It feels like a good atmosphere about the stadium so far. So
you must be so proud when you see him out there on the pitch. I mean, I can't even begin to imagine. My boy's 15 and he's in the St Mirren Academy. If I was sitting here watching him, I don't know how I'd be able to cope. Yeah, so you must be so proud. It's brilliant as well for Scottish football to see a 16-year-old play in the top division, because it doesn't happen enough.
Yeah, I know. No, I totally agree with you, Tomo. And the fact, listen, Lennon was 6 days old when I signed with Aberdeen, so he's always been about football, and he's studied the game for years. He wasn't a wee kid that just went to the football and played on his computer game or whatever it is. He studied the game. He watched every single movement, and you can see it. He's been in changing rooms with me. He's been allowed to kind of feed balls into training sessions with managers like Sir David Martindale, Peter Houston, people like that. They've always kind of known that he's wanted to be a footballer from day one,
and being around that environment is definitely going to help him.
It's massive for him, and that's the advantage he's got coming into the first team. He's slid right into the first team environment really quickly.
Lee, obviously with that insight that you've got from Lennon, Stuart Kettlewell, the impact he's had at the club since he came in February is absolutely remarkable. They've lost just 2 games. One of those was to Rangers, the other to Dundee United. They've made a really solid start in the league, a win and a draw. Obviously got the job done against Hibs last week. Mika Bierek coming off the bench, making a real impact. But the manager, how has he managed to transform this team really from what they were in the winter this year?
He's been absolutely first class for Motherwell. He's been great for obviously my son first and foremost, but in terms of for Motherwell Football Club, he's just what they needed at the right time. I've done my licence with Kets. I know what he's capable of. He speaks really well. He's very organised in the game. And I think.
Are you including Richard Foster in that?
I think I'll have to include my
just give him that and no more.
No more. I'll have to include Foz in that. But like Stevie Frail as well coming into the fold, it's experienced heads and people that have been round about first team environments and know what it's all about to be in amongst it.
Yeah, a couple other games going on this afternoon as well. Airdrieonians hosting Ross County. Airdrie, one of the entertainers in the SPFL. You have to say that'll be a really good tie. Livingston as well hosting Ayr United. Due to the technical issues back at PQ, we won't be hearing from our people at those grounds for now if you're just joining us. That's why I'm talking to you instead of Kenny McIntyre based in Glasgow, but you'll have to make do with myself.
You need to be putting in for double time here. And I'm being serious.
I was going to say, I bet Liam McLeod is chapping the door asking for a pay rise.
No, it's you that needs it. You've been thrown under the bus here, coping admirably. It's a superb performance so far, Thomas.
Well, a long way to go, Tom, a long way to go. Right, let's. We're talking about Stuart Kettlewell there and the impact he's had at Motherwell. Let's have a listen to what the Motherwell manager has had to say to our reporter, Keridine Idsan.
Stuart, a couple of changes for you today. Just talk me through them. Yeah, I think there was a little opportunity not to freshen it up too much because we feel as if we've had a level of consistency. So yeah, one of those was enforced in terms of looking at perhaps Suarez, and we had to shuffle the pack a little bit there. It's been well documented. We've got a really exciting talent in our hands in Lennon Miller, and he's the guy actually right throughout pre-season in the competitive games that's played the most minutes to this point. So I think it's just important, Kerridine, that we make sure we're not overprotecting him, but we just make sure that he's hitting all the right levels, he's still performing, and he comes out from the start today having performed exceptionally well last week. He got an assist and he was brilliant in the game. I thought he was excellent in the game, so I think it's just picking and choosing the right times that we get to use him. He's done absolutely nothing wrong, and sometimes that's hard telling a young lad that he's coming out of the team for that reason, but sometimes I actually think it's the best way to come out, especially when you find yourself at his age.
Absolutely, and it's the responsibility of a manager, isn't it, just to protect when you think you need to, even if his dad's up here doing co-commentary for us.
Yeah, I don't think Big Leo thanked me for that today, but no, listen, I spoke to Lennon yesterday, and I've spoke long and hard about how mature he is for his age. We know his quality, we can see how his levels have improved and really stepped up over the last period of time, but as I say, I have a duty of care as a manager to make sure that the especially young players are in the right headspace and they're physically ready to play, and I've got no qualms whatsoever about putting Lennon back on the pitch today, or when we start to look at the games coming forward, then he's certainly in the forefront of my mind.
I wonder how big a temptation it would have been to put your new star on from the start as well, Mika, who made such an impact for you. Yeah,
similar type of thing, Kerridine. I think what we've faced is a bit of a challenge so far is when we bring players in. I've always been a guy that wants to get your new signings in day one and work with them and coach them and spend a lot of time with them, but that sort of happens and it's kind of cascaded throughout the summer, which can be hard. So what happens is you obviously find them at different fitness levels, and for that reason Mika's not quite up to speed to start the game. He comes on and he had a really explosive debut coming on the pitch last week, and I know the Motherwell fans, 1,400 of them here today, which is incredible, will be wanting to see him. I dare say they might do at some point, but again, I can't expose him to injury and run the risk of losing him for a period of time.
And the guys that are coming in, Blaney and Zdravkovsky, excuse me if that's not right.
Yeah, no, I think your pronunciation's better than mine. I certainly know his English is better than mine. But no, Shane Blaney comes in, he's had a really good pre-season. That was a tough call for me. In the first team selection, if you like, against Dundee, they left Shane Blaney out of the team from the starting 11. But I know I've got a really good player in there, as there with a lot of the other guys that are sitting on the bench as well. So Shane would have been disappointed. I know he was, but he's handled himself really, really well, and I think he's earned the right to go and start this game today, and I think he gives a good balance in that left hand side. And Davos come in, and it's took him a couple of weeks to really start to get up to speed, and I think that this becomes a real good challenge for him today, because I've said it before the game, it's two evenly matched teams in my opinion, two teams that will set up in a similar style. I think the conditions may play a wee part in it, and I'm hoping that you see a proper old fashioned sort of Scottish football cup tie, if you like.
So the way it's our main commentary from 3, and it could be a cracker, because both of you, in fairness to both sides, have started really well.
Yeah, well, again, it's probably, we look at it from our own point of view. As you know, I'd been covering games last season. I know that one of the main attributes, or one of the main factors, if you like, was St Mirren's home form. So it's such a hard team to play against. I watched them last Saturday. They were excellent here. Again, especially in the first half, I thought that they dominated it. So we know that we've got a real tough task, but we also feel that through a stretch, going back to sort of February, that we're undoubtedly one of, if not the form team, and we have to have a great deal of confidence in that and look to see if we can try and build on it. That's been good through a league campaign. We want to go and try and put that into a one-off cup competition as well.
Fingers crossed for an absolute cracker. See you after.
Thanks, Kerridine.
Stuart Kettlewell, the Motherwell manager, speaking to our reporter Kerridine Idsan there. Tomo, it's interesting because he's saying he's expecting a good old-fashioned kind of Scottish League Cup tie, and I suppose I'm expecting the same, because I'm looking at it, I'm saying these are two teams with really strong, clear and actually fairly similar identities. They're hard to beat.
Yeah, very similar shapes I think today as well. And he was talking about the conditions. It is blustery here, but the pitch is absolutely immaculate, and you know, he's right to point out the home form, as I did previously, but they'll be very confident. And you know, as you mentioned, they've only lost 2 games since Stuart Kettlewell came in the door, so Motherwell are not an easy team to play against, not an easy team to beat. Both teams will be physical. It really is set up for an absolutely brilliant game this afternoon, and of course you listen to Stuart there making his excuses for young Lennon not being in the squad. I get it. I get what he's doing, and I actually think it's really good management, because by the sounds of it, he's going to be starting the next league game. So just take him out, let him breathe, because it can get on top of you as a young player. I remember making my debut at 17 and I was in and out the team and frustrated, but like the managers, they've got their reasons for doing it.
He's looking after you.
And it is to protect the player.
I totally understand it. Totally understand it. Lennon lives the right way. He looks after himself, massages, ice baths, all the rest of it. But in terms of the mental side of it, he's very calm and composed. But I get where the manager comes from in terms of that, and I'm glad he's done it, because it maybe kind of resets him, gives him another hunger to go, you know what, I'll show you when I come on.
Rather than, like, I'll play it anyway, I'm going to play anyway. So it's like a wee, gives an edge.
Lennon's he's not arrogant in any way. He just understands how good he is. He's confident, but he's very composed with it, which is good.
Yeah, and it's interesting because Stuart Kettlewell, he was speaking pre-match last week, saying he likes to keep it consistent with the lineup. He doesn't like to have too many changes, and I suppose that's why they've been so consistent, or part of the reason anyway. But they're also working with quite a small squad at the moment, Lee. Obviously, time in the transfer window to go, but I suppose if you keep everyone fit, that's probably a recipe for some success, because there's consistency of selection. But a few injuries, and there could be a few concerns there, so he's got to manage the squad.
Yeah, he has to manage it. Listen, it makes my job easier, because I would find it difficult trying to commentate on a game that Lennon's playing in. But in terms of the shape, they understand the shape. It's good to have a settled team. St Mirren are lining up the same way, and they have done for the last couple of games, albeit the strikers changed here and there. But you want to be consistent with it, so everybody knows their jobs. Everybody that's coming into that side knows what they need to do to stay in that side, and it makes it good for a manager's point of view, keeping a settled side. And obviously, as long as they're doing well, they need to keep the performances high, they need to keep the levels high, and I think they've done that. And Stuart Kettlewell, from my perspective with Motherwell, has done that, and he's been very clear in his instruction, and he spoke to the players, and he just comes across really well.
What about your old team, Tomo? St Mirren, they obviously had a fantastic season last season, top 6. They've started this season on fire, but they didn't get out the groups in the League Cup last season, and they didn't make it to Hampdens in the Scottish Cup either. So how important, if you're trying to improve on last season, it's very difficult, but how important are the cup competitions for St Mirren this season?
No, they're massive for them. Obviously when Jim Goodwin was here during the COVID years, they lost 2 semi-finals at Hampden when there was no fans there. It's 10 years since the team that I was involved in won this trophy, so it'd be nice to see them have a deep run in the competition. This is a very tricky tie to try and progress through. But it's great for smaller clubs, if you like, to have a deep cup run. But the kind of bread and butter for St Mirren this season is trying to emulate what they did last season, which will be very, very difficult because the league is so competitive. There's very little between all of the teams, but they'll be pushing to try and get in that top 6 again, which was a phenomenal achievement last year from St Mirren. It really was, and that has to be the main focus. But a cup run's always a real bonus.
It's always an awkward one for teams like St Mirren, Motherwell. I speak to a lot of fans, a lot of Motherwell fans, obviously, because I'm based through that way. And you ask them, would you rather be top 6 or would you rather have a cup run? And a lot of them say for me a cup run. And
a cup win, not a run.
A cup run to like a semi-final. They want to go to Hampden. Aye. They want a Hampden day out, these fans. But surely you've got to be thinking top 6, if anything, or get as high up the league as possible. You're not fighting relegation. That kind of thing from a Motherwell. Obviously St Mirren doing really well last season, finishing top 6. But they want their day in the sunshine. Well,
sometimes.
Let's rephrase that. A day at Hampden, shall we say.
Well, the sun's shining at the moment. It certainly wasn't when we turned up in Paisley. The rain was teeming down and the wind was whipping about. Let's hope the conditions stay as they are, right? I think it's about time we've probably heard from the St Mirren camp.
Winning on your latest streak, things are looking not too bad for St Mirren, right?
Yeah, like we're going in the right direction. As I said previously, we've won 2 games and we're a good side, and we're looking at European competition. Last year we lost 2 and we were rubbish and everybody was rubbish, so we try and keep a level head on things and just keep progressing the football club, and we're winning because we're working hard and we're organised, and we feel we've added players to the squad in the forward line that can be really creative and maybe a little bit more adventurous than last season. So that's a terrific club who were very, very good to me, so it's nice to see them doing well. But obviously today a different story. We are desperate to progress. It's a game that, if you get through your one game from Hampden, so it's certainly a huge incentive for us to play well today, and we know it'll be a tough task.
And with the guys that you've brought in, the likes of Mandron, he started his career well here at St Mirren and it looks like a good buy.
Yeah, Mika was somebody that didn't get a lot of attention when he came. And I've said in interviews previously, when people know players or they've played in Scotland, they're rubbish, and if they're foreign or they're from down south or they don't really know them, they're very, very good. So it's a strange one, which makes me laugh sometimes. But we knew what we were getting with Mika. I've seen him at Crewe a lot. I've seen him at Gillingham. He's a big boy, but he's technically very good. Great boy around the place as well, and it gives us that physical presence that that we probably would have missed if we hadn't replaced him when Curtis Mean left.
And in terms of other options that you're looking at, are you pretty much done just now, or will you be having a wee nudge at the board saying, look, a couple of weeks in the window, how about another 1 or 2?
Yeah, listen, I'm always nudging the board, and fair play to them. If they can back me, they will. There's, as I say, there's a realism of what we can and can't do at the football club. But yeah, look, I know what positions we're light in. We need a left wing back to give Scott some competition, and we've got good quality, but we lack numbers in that area. And we also centre forward another target man to go alongside the smaller, quicker, sharper players that we have. But that's an ideal world, and we certainly don't live in an ideal world. But if things change and we're constantly speaking to the board, then everyone will do everything in their power to make us as strong as possible coming out of the window.
There's a few Motherwell people here, wee handshakes and stuff. The Stephen Robinson derby's looking quite good, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I've got great affection for the club. Jim McMahon, the chairman, and Alan Burrows, who's obviously left now, and all the staff here I know very well, and I've got a lot of time for them. But today's solely St Mirren. We're trying to progress, and we're very focused on that.
It's a big day for the club, and it could be.
Yeah, look, it's a great day. The weather looks like it's going to calm down as well.
Thankfully.
Yeah, it wasn't looking too good about 9 o'clock this morning. Motherwell are bringing a big crowd. We've been full to the rafters and on a lot of occasions last season and the start of this season, and it's going to be a terrific atmosphere, and one we'll be desperate to come out and top of.
Should be a cracker. See you later.
Cheers, thanks, Karen.
Stephen Robinson speaking to Kerridine there, and he's right about one thing. I think the atmosphere is going to be cracking inside the Smythe Stadium here in Paisley. Motherwell are packing out the away end. There's a good sunny vibe here, I would say. The sun is out, and Kerridine is also a man working overtime as we deal with some technical issues back at PQ, which is why you're listening to me instead of Kenny McIntyre. And Kerridine, given we can't get to the other ground, you can bring us up to speed with the other 2 ties taking place at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. And while we're here and while the fans flood in here, let's quickly recap the teams here. Because St Mirren unchanged go with Hemming, Fraser, Gogic, Taylor, Strain, Bacchus, Boyd, Muntz, Tanzer, McMenamin, Kilty and Mandron. And Motherwell, a couple of changes for them. Kelly in goal, McGinn, Mugabe, Casey, O'Donnell, Slattery, Zavkowski comes in for Miller's been hearing, Spittle still there, Blaney in for Swari, Wilkinson and Bair up top for Motherwell. Livy Ayr, interesting. Ayr are giving a first start to Aidan McGeady, 37 years young now, who joined in the summer from Hibs. He's got that dual role as well, player, technical manager. Fascinating to see how he gets on there in his first start at Livy, who've got one of their new signings, Nigeria under 20 utility man Samson Lawal. He could get a debut today. He's on the bench. We've also got Airdrie against Ross County, and player man Reece McCabe's not picked himself today, and he's actually injured, but he's saying that his young crew, as he calls them, should absolutely go for it against Ross County. And their manager Malky Mackay is telling his team to do likewise, and also reminding them that the club's been to Hampden before in the League Cup and won it. Everyone should want to go to Hampden, says Malky Mackay. We've got a determination to get as far as we can. I think that goes for the 2 teams here as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and a cracker in prospect. Just a word on the other ties. We had Aberdeen squeak through last night ahead of Stirling Albion. Rangers were pushed all the way by Morton. It's been really competitive, which is great for the health of Scottish football, Tomo.
Yeah, it is. I mean, Rangers obviously today, not a great performance. Again, they made the 8 changes. And Morton are a very good team. Biggie's got them playing well, so it was always going to be a tricky tie that for Rangers. And for Aberdeen, yeah, another tricky game for them. But in the cup competitions, nobody remembers how you played. It's all about getting through the tie.
The teams are out here in Paisley. Motherwell out, St Mirren quickly follow to the roar of the home crowd. It's your 3 o'clock commentary. It's a last 16 tie in the Viaplay Scottish League Cup. It's coming next here on Sports Sound.
Sports Sound from BBC Radio Scotland.
Well, here we go. Sports Sound with me, Thomas Duncan. Apologies if you're just joining us. Experiencing some technical difficulties back at PQ, so you've got us for company. Myself, Lee Miller, and Stephen Thompson will describe the action. Kerridine Edsan will keep us across what's happening both in Airdrie and at Livingston, and we'll describe the action here. And it should be a cracker, Lee. And I think many people have been speaking to expecting potentially this to go all the way to penalties.
Yeah, it's two teams on form. Tom was saying earlier on that St Mirren are probably slight favourites, just being at home. They've got a really good home record. So no, we're in for a really good cup tie, and I'm looking forward to it. And it should be hopefully plenty of goals.
Yeah, absolutely. The referee this afternoon, incidentally, is Willie Collum. There's no VAR. The only ties across the weekend which have VAR, of course, that were at Ibrox at lunchtime and Kilmarnock Celtic tomorrow. The two televised games in the cups at Premiership grounds that aren't on TV. The clubs have an option to pay for it if they wish. Clubs here have opted not to, so no VAR. As Motherwell get things underway, Bevis Mugabe with the ball at the back. They're shooting from left to right as we sit here in the main stand. It goes through to Theo Bair, and there's a challenge there from Taylor. Just gets a leg in to get it back to Hemming, the goalkeeper, as Motherwell come forward straight away. Tanzer with a clearance upfield looking for Mandron, but Blaney gets the head in, and it's a free kick in the middle of the pitch. Good intent from Motherwell to get the ball forward early on.
Yeah, explosive start. You've seen the way the defender slid in there. There's quite a lot of water on the pitch, which is good for zipping it around.
Yeah.
But you can feel the wind picking up, so the conditions could play a part in the game today.
Here's Mugabe, ball at the back, moves it out to Blaney, back in or into the sides this afternoon, all the way back to the goalkeeper and captain for Motherwell, Liam Kelly. What a side to start to the season both these sides have had. Motherwell 4 points from 6 in the league. St Mirren 6 from 6 as Richard Taylor heads out from the St Mirren defence, not under any pressure. Zadrowski and Zarowkowski in midfield, I get that right. Here we go forward. Wilkinson, the ball's into the box. Strain under pressure, and then it's forward from Hemming up to halfway, and it's an intense start here as you would expect. Here McMenamin back to Ryan Strain, gets it up the right hand touchline. Mugabe comes across and just dinks it out for a throw in on this near side. Couple of minutes played, goalless here. Strain takes the throw in, gets it back. Such a dangerous player for St Mirren with those crosses into the box, and he's dinked it over for Kilty, who was just inside the box on the right hand side, but it's just gone over his head, and Liam Kelly collects.
Yeah, Ryan Strain's been brilliant since he arrived at the club. Really good player, really like him.
Are you surprised that no one's come in from him?
Well, I think there'll be a few clubs looking at him, that's for sure. I'm interested to watch Conor McMenamin as well. From what I've seen, I've not been at a live game. This is my first one for St Mirren this season, but from what I've seen of the highlights and certainly watching them for Sports Scene, he's looked a really good addition as well.
Yeah, I was at Easter Road and he played in the opening game of the season for St Mirren, and he was excellent that day. Never stopped running. He had quality on the ball as well. St Mirren paid money for him, which St Mirren don't pay money for players too often, but
they certainly don't.
Tells you how highly Stephen Robinson rates him, coming over from Glentoran in Northern Ireland. He's a Northern Ireland international, of course. A couple of caps. And here is Casey at the back for Motherwell. He's played a low ball in towards Wilkinson. He loses out to Gogic, and it's moved on to Ryan Strain in the right wing back area for St Mirren. Here's McMenamin in front of us on the near touchline. He's moves out of it, moved off the ball. Bair back to Spittle as Motherwell win the ball back, and then Spittle's closed down by McMenamin out for a throw in. And both teams not really getting a second in possession, Lee.
Yeah, it's been a decent start from Motherwell in terms of, you look at Motherwell's side, they all work hard for each other. You look at the two big strikers up top, they're working off the ball, they're trying to hold the ball in and bring others into play, and it's good to see. But I think the winds hopefully calm down a little bit and we can get a bit of
it's been a wee bit
played.
scrappy first few minutes, but you'd expect that in the cup tie.
And again with a switch of play out towards Stephen O'Donnell, but it doesn't reach him. Instead it goes to Tanzer, but he's under pressure for O'Donnell. Goes back to Taylor inside his own box, and then he's closed down by O'Donnell. It hits off the Motherwell fullback and out for a throw in just near this corner flag down the St Mirren end of the pitch. Goalless. 3.5 minutes played here in Paisley. Aberdeen and Rangers already in the hat for the next round. 3 ties tomorrow as well, which will bring you live on Sports Sounds. And we'll keep you across any goals that happen in Airdrie or at Livingston, and the other 2 3 o'clock kickoffs. And here's St Mirren with the ball at the back. Fraser, the captain, or the stand-in captain, Mark O'Hara, of course, still missing with that thigh strain. Willie Collins blown the whistle here.
He didn't blow the whistle. Ryan Strain just stopped. That was really weird. Ryan Strain just stopped. The balls. I think the balls burst.
The balls.
That's what it is.
The balls flat, I think.
You could see Willie's face as if to see what on earth are you doing. But yeah, the balls burst.
Well, it doesn't look burst, so there was a bit of amusement all around there. Stephen Robinson is laughing in his technical area, and Willie Collins will play a bounce ball, and, gives it to Marcus Fraser.
I think he thought it was going to VAR there.
I tell you what I can't understand is, right, see that corner flag there to our left-hand side? It's coming down the way. That corner flag over there is blowing up the way. So which direction is this wind going in? I have absolutely no idea.
It's classic Smiza Stadium. The wind just wreaks havoc, just swirls around. Although it has died down mercifully and the rain has stopped, the pitch is nice and wet, and it's a good atmosphere. The Paisley Ultras with a drum out, making some noise as Motherwell take this goal kick. Liam Kelly long and down the pitch. Marcus Fraser with a header into Bacchus. Strong challenge though, goes in from Zdravkovski on his first Motherwell start, the Macedonian. Up towards St Mirren half. It's back though to still goalless.
Stuart Kettlewell not happy with Mugabe there. He received the ball and played it back to Liam Kelly. He wants him to take a chance, move forward with the ball, find a teammate instead of going back to the goalkeeper, and it goes back to Liam Kelly. He launches it and they give away possession. So he's wanting just a bit more composure on the ball there from Mugabe.
Throw in from Fraser to the feet of Strain. Fraser gets it back, plays it up the right hand touchline high. Header won by Blaney. It's again headed forward by Strain. It's all very scrappy in the middle of the pitch. Bacchus loses out to Slattery. Goes back to Casey, the centre half for Motherwell, out to the far side, the right hand side, and Stephen O'Donnell crosses the halfway line. He's dinked it into the channel where Theo Bair chases, but he loses out, and Richard Taylor comes away with the ball, and Strain looks to launch a quick counter. He's played it in down the touchline for McMenamin to chase, but he was asking far too much of the winger.
It's exactly the same ball as O'Donnell's played in the other far corner. The other far corner's held it up. That one's took it out.
If you try and play it over the top, the wind is going left to right the way the St Mirren are shooting, so if you try and play it over the top, it's just going to run out the pitch. It was actually really good movement from Conor McMenamin, taking his defender shot and then he's spanning the channel, and it was actually, on a normal day, it would have been a decent ball from Ryan Strain, but the wind just carrying it out for the by kick.
Goalless in the opening 7 minutes here between St Mirren and Motherwell. Keenly fought as expected, to very informed teams. And Motherwell have a good record here in Paisley as well. Beaten here in January. That was the first time in 8 meetings between the sides. They'd lost, and then they won the last meeting 2-1 in April. So, but they're never really separated by more than a goal. Just once in the last 13 meetings has there been more than a goal separating the sides, and a lot of draws in there as well. So it's always keenly fought. And it's playing out that way in the opening 10 minutes or so here in Paisley. Throw in on this near side. Ryan Strain just about in line with the Motherwell penalty area. Marcus Fraser's come from the back to offer an option. Strain says, calm down mate, just considers where he's going to throw this. He's got Bacchus and McMenamin, finds Bacchus, who gives it straight back first time. Strain with a nice pass into McMenamin, who tries to turn away, and then he's flicked it on for Strain, who's into the box, drinking away, tries to get a shot in, but he's blocked, and then it falls, and it's smashed into the top corner. Oh, it's absolutely wonderful. What a hit that is from Caelan Boyd-Munns. Felt him on the edge of the area, hit it first time, drove it into the top corner, and what a way to get your first goal for St Mirren. They lead 1-0. He looked like he couldn't believe it, Tomo.
It's his first goal, and he will not score a better goal, and there will not be a better goal in this competition this weekend. Absolutely phenomenal.
Well, Lee, what about that?
From a Motherwell point of view, they'll be disappointed the way kind of just, there was a few soft tackles get put in, but no taking away from the strike. It's an absolute peach. He's not going to hit a ball better than that all day.
Well, Ross County are already 2-0 up at Airdrie as well, and that has maybe put the dampeners on Airdrie. I was building them up pre-match, Tomo, but
thanks for coming.
Well, we'll see plenty of time to try and get back in the game. But
yeah, County have made an impressive start to the season as well. I like the look of them this year.
Well, here's Spittle coming forward on the left-hand side as Motherwell look to mount a response. Crosses in, but it doesn't beat the first man. St Mirren get away. Marcus Fraser with a right foot clearance, only as far as Zdravkovski. moves it through, and then it doesn't fall for anyone, and Mugabe picks up at the back for Motherwell, and they come forward. Pass into the feet of Bear. He's laid that round the corner really nicely for Wilkinson, edge of the area, looks for the shot on the left foot. Good block from Alex Gogic, and Bacchus will pick up from that block and try and play his way out. He moves it to Strain on this near side, who is trying to drive away from Theo Bear, does so well, dinks it towards Mandron, who wins the header ahead of Blaney, and then Mugabe comes across to stick it out for a throw-in on this near side. 1-0 St Mirren.
Do you know, it's great feet from Wilkinson there. He's got great feet for a big guy, for a big striker, but for me he's chosen the wrong option. Slattery was screaming for from it down to just slide him in.
Yeah.
He was 1-on-1 with the goalie.
He had his mind made up though, didn't he?
Yeah.
As soon as he took that good touch, he's thinking, I'm 20 yards out, I'm going to hit this.
Skipped away from a player, he's got to hit the shot.
Throwing out on this near side for St Mirren. Well, the home fans enjoyed that one.
It was very well closed down from a St Mirren point of view as well.
Yeah, there was
between
two.
Taylor and Gogic.
There was two of them put their bodies on the line, didn't they?
Ryan Strain gets it back from the throw-in. He's not got much room, but he squeaks it down the line to Mandron, who's flagged offside. Has a look at the linesman.
It's the third time you've used the word squeak today, Thomas.
Is it?
Yes. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. It's good. But
I didn't think that was one of my favourites in the repertoire, but it clearly is.
Yeah, you're like a little mouse.
Well, that's me paranoid for the rest of the night.
That will not be heard again.
Oh dear. Well, what an afternoon it's been already. St Mirren 1-0 up. We brought you a commentary from Ibrox as well. Rangers getting the job done. No more, you'd have to say, against Morton. 2-1. Aberdeen doing the same last night at Forth Bank against Stirling Albion. Ross County doing the job at the moment. Livingston goalless with Ayr United. St Mirren, admittedly only 11.5 minutes played. A goal to the good, and they get a free kick on this near side. Kilty fouled, and a chance to, you imagine, stick a ball in the Motherwell box.
Yeah, St Mirren have got good options in terms of height. If they do get a set play or corners, usually a danger from these situations. This is just going to be a big diag up towards Taylor, Gogic or Mandron. Try and feed off the scraps.
It's the goal scorer, Halen Boyd-Munce, who's going to take this out on this near side right in front of us. He puts the arm up and he puts it back down because he's not happy with the options, or the referee, Willie Collum, actually is holding things up. He's not happy with a few pushes and pulls at the edge of the area. Motherwell holding a high line. Boyd-Munce delivers with the left foot up to the edge of the box, but it's headed away. Headed back in by Strain, and again out by Motherwell. Slattery picks up the loose ball and he's fired it out to Theo Bear, who's galloping down the right hand side. He puts it in front of him, he's up towards the edge of the box, crosses it in for Wilkinson. It's just over the striker's head and it's out on this far side for a St Mirren throw in, but that's good, quick counter-attacking from Motherwell.
It is, and I've seen it every game so far with Motherwell. They're very good on the counter. Their pace, you've seen Spittle try to burst in the back post there. They have got good options going forward from the breakaway.
Fraser is going to take the throw in. He goes short to Gogic, who was unmarked, takes a touch, launches it forward to Kilty, who controls, and then he's kind of wrestled to the deck by Zidrovkovsky, and St Mirren get on with it. Back to Boyd-Munce, who's fired it over, looking for the run of McMenamin, but it's straight out for a throw in.
We'll forgive him after his goal. He's allowed a stray pass.
Yeah, well, started last week. It was his first start. Kept his place, obviously, with Mark O'Hara out injured. He's a Northern Ireland Youth International, and he left Middlesbrough, hardly played a game. He was brought in January. And Stephen Robinson, I remember saying at the time, he's not going to play much in the second half of the season as he builds match fitness, but here he is having an impact this season after a full pre-season and some game time under his belt. And what a strike it was after 8 minutes to put St Mirren in front. Here come Motherwell though. Handball claim. Stephen O'Donnell fired that in, but don't think that was ever going to be forthcoming. The whistle, middle of the pitch, and it's a switch of play to McMenamin, but again it's just sped away from him off the turf and out for, I think, a throw in on this near side to Motherwell.
Any other day it's a great pass. It's just the wind's carried it way out past McMenamin. It's funny, you know, you mentioned Mark O'Hara. He's such an incredible player for St Mirren last season, and obviously they're missing him, captain as well. You know, his performances were top draw last season, so it's a big miss for them at the minute, and they're coping well without him.
Joel Nobley has put Livingston 1-0 in front against Ayr United. David Martindale's side with the early advantage against Championship side of Lee Bullen. Free kick, middle of the pitch for Motherwell. Willie Collum blows the whistle, as the Steelmen look to build their way back into this game after being rather stunned by that opener, which they'd started fairly well, Lee Miller, but just hit with that one beautiful strike.
Yeah, it's a sucker punch, if anything. There's not been much in the game. It's been quite scrappy so far. But going back to the Mark O'Hara situation, when you take your captain out, he scores goals, he's a big personality. When you take him out of a side, you think it might have a negative effect. Obviously, with injuries, he's obviously forced out. But for Boydmans to come in, score a goal, play well, it's massive for him. And obviously, to get given an opportunity to play, you just need to play games, get minutes, and then obviously, hopefully, do well for your club.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're listening to Sports Sound here on BBC Radio Scotland on Sounds across the frequencies, available online as well. St Mirren in front after 15 minutes against Motherwell in this League Cup last 16 tie. And it's Motherwell will come forward, middle of the pitch. He's fired that out. He thought Paul McGinn was, or I don't know if he thought.
No, he tried to go outside of his foot.
I'm not sure he can win the window.
It went miles behind Paul McGinn, but they've managed to safely get it back to Liam Kelly, who sends it long towards Bear, challenging with Taylor. Bear gets it at the second attempt. Spittle, left-footed pass out to O'Donnell on the far side. O'Donnell looks up, passes for Slattery, out on the right-hand side in line with the edge of the box. Gives it to O'Donnell, 3 black and white shirts around him. Back to Slattery, he's forced back to Zdravkovsky, who tries the 1-2, but Spittle didn't reach him, and then Motherwell do win it back, all the way back with Mugabe. Better in terms of the passing from Motherwell, and O'Donnell controls it, and he's cut it back to Spittle, who just gets in the box. It's a good recovery from St Mirren. Challenge goes in, and then Richard Taylor's able to clear up the pitch towards McMenamin, who gets a header back to Bacchus, who puts the pass into the ground out to this near side, where Strain collects, takes a touch, gives it infield to Bacchus, facing his own goal in his own half, then to Taylor at the back, right foot goes long, but it's well read by Casey, who sends it back down the edge of the pitch, and then Hemming has to come just outside his own box. The goalkeeper sends it long, headed up the field by Motherwell, and then Mugabe again forced back. Mandro and chase. Mugabe put it up in the air. Side's looking to get a foot on it. Spittle does here, prods it through to Bear, and then St Mirren win it. Strain, and then it's nipped in ahead of McMenamin by McGinn. Motherwell up into the St Mirren half. Slattery out to O'Donnell, moves it infield to Zdravkovsky. And his first start for Motherwell, gets it back. And Slattery, who tries to turn, loses out, and then it goes back to Taylor, who again just puts his foot through it. Mandron wins the flick on, but he's got no support, although McMenamin's made up the ground really well, and then a sliding challenge from Blaney moves it away from goal. Strain picks up, moves it to Bacchus, who's looking around in the centre circle for options. Taylor runs onto it, looking to try forward under a bit of pressure from Wilkinson. Moves it back out to the far side, and Tanzer, he's forced back to Gogic, and just a really fascinating battle, really in the middle of the pitch. It's a battle for superiority here. Strain, Bacchus, so much quality for St Mirren. Takes a few steps forward, fires it out to Tanzer on the left hand side. He's come infield, Tanzer driving towards goal, and he checks back on the outside. He's going to get the left footed cross in. O'Donnell recovers, makes a block, and it's out for a throw in on the far side. St Mirren 1-0 in front.
It was good defending from
I was just going
O'Donnell.
to say exact same thing. Stephen O'Donnell's had a really good start to the season. He looks as if he's got a new lease of life. He's getting forward, he's defending well, he's used to the ball as well. He got a ball fizzed into him in the final third there.
Yeah,
took an exquisite touch.
He did. He is a confidence player for me though, Stephen. You know, when things aren't going well, he can kind of struggle a bit, but he started the season well and he's playing looking confident.
Stuart Kettlewell very much backing him. Here's Gogic, who went to take the throw in, lined it up, then almost changed his mind and kind of fell forward. I think the home fans are saying foul shy. Willie Collum thinks about it.
Willie, what are you doing?
He blew his whistle.
It's a Motherwell ball, that.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
He's allowed to take it again, and Gogic does line it up, does fling it into the box. It's headed away by Bear, out back to Gogic, who puts it in to the box. It's a poor ball though, and it's cleared out again for another throw in on the far side.
The shortest long throw in history that was.
Here is Gogic, gets the ball back, moves it back to Tanzer, high and cross towards Mandron, who gets someone on it, but it hit off his shoulder really, and straight to Liam Kelly. St Mirren still leading by a goal to nil here, 19 minutes played at Smythe Stadium.
Yeah, if you put the ball into the box, especially down the end, St Mirren are shooting, it's going to cause defenders problems because it's swirling about. Mandron gets up well there, but I mean, because there was no pace in the ball, he couldn't really get any purchase on the header. But a better spell for St Mirren. It's been very scrappy, both teams pretty slack in possession. A lot of turnovers.
Handball there against Slattery in the middle of the pitch, and fans already getting on Willie. Columns back, could be a referee. And it's a free kick, centre circle for St Mirren. And Gogic is going to take, he's in no rush to do so. Forgive me, decides he does want to go sharpish, gives it. Now Strain has it on this near side. Both managers out at the edge of their technical areas, tight technical area here in Paisley, urging their teams on. Gogic puts it through to Bacchus, who's dropped in between the two Motherwell strikers, gets it away. Taylor, left foot into the channel for Mandron to chase, but again, every ball that St Mirren seem to put in, it's catching the wind or skidding off the turf, and it skips through for a goal kick.
You've got to build the play. You cannot play the ball over the top just because of the wind, so they've got to be a wee bit more clever. That's 3 occasions just now it's happened, so it'd be a good idea to stop trying it at this stage.
Yeah, it's the right ball on calm conditions.
Yeah.
You can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to work it in the midfield and then play down the channels to exploit the back three and get them out defending.
Poor ball out from Mugabe, it's picked off by Boyd Munson, it's in to the edge of the area. Bacchus splashes it just over the crossbar, 20 yards out. Well, Caelan Boyd Munson's already scored a stunner. That wasn't a million miles away from Keanu Bacchus.
Really slack from Motherwell. A giveaway picked up by Boyd Munson, drives at the back three, finds the pass to Bacchus, probably further out 25 yards maybe, catches it really sweetly, but it's always rising. If he'd lifted his head, Conor McMenamin was just to his right, he could have slid him in, but it was a really strong hit.
If he goes that wee disguise and slides him in, he's one-on-one with Kelly.
Yeah.
Well, St Mirren with a goal, and you have to say that's probably as close as either side have come outside that as well. Motherwell, Kettlewell just shouting a bit at Mugabe there, saying think about it. Taylor for St Mirren clears it downfield, Casey goes after it, unconvincing clearance straight to Tanzer, who then gives it to Kiltie, field to Boyd Munce, back to Tanzer right on the left hand touchline, goes back to Taylor, who has to turn and face his own goal, gets it across to Gogic, one of his centre half partners, and on to Fraser, back to Gogic, middle of the St Mirren defence, and Taylor across to Tanzer on the far side, tries to take on Stephen O'Donnell, go into the pitch. O'Donnell marshals him closely and moves on to Fraser. Now Strain on this near side, tries to take it away from Spittle. Again, Gogic receives the pass in his own half, gets it to Taylor, moves across the halfway line, he's looped up again, left foot switch of play, that's going to find McMenamin, good first touch. What a ball. He's under pressure from McGinn. McMenamin still has it. Little dummy, then turns back onto his right foot, and then he puts it through the legs of McGinn, but the hit off McGinn on the way through, and then it's breaks for Bacchus, who's whipped it in towards the back post, and O'Donnell gets something on it. It's unconvincing, out towards Bacchus on this near side, and then McGinn has to put it out for a throw in on this near side. St Mirren in front, and then the ascendancy, you have to say, Tomo.
Yeah, it was really good play. This is giving away. It was really good play from St Mirren on this right hand side. Motherwell will not be happy with how easily they kind of managed to manipulate the ball out, and they put a fantastic cross into the box. It was just over the head of Mandron and nobody coming into the back post. O'Donnell was able to clear, but it's been a better spell for St Mirren these last 5 minutes. I don't think Stuart Kettlewell was going to be overly happy with his team's performance so far in the game.
I think they've been really slack, Tomo. Just coming out of defence, their normal slick passing hasn't really worked for them yet.
Well, St Mirren with the lead. Taylor goes back to Hemming, who's had nothing to do in the opening 23 and a half minutes of this match, this last 16 tie, the third one, or the two already done. Rangers and Aberdeen through, and another long ball goes out on this near side for a throw-in to Motherwell. Not too many of them sticking away, although in fairness Taylor did find McMenamin moments ago with a real beauty. Motherwell go short to Spittle, who takes a touch, turns and fires it up towards the halfway line. Taylor heads to Boyd Munce, who's flicked it on to McMenamin. Now Strain looks to come in field, he's robbed by Bear, then it breaks for Spittle. Left-footed pass up to Wilkinson, but Gogic gets his body in front and then stabs it back to Hemming to relieve the danger from a St Mirren perspective. Cleared long by the goalkeeper. Mandron goes up and challenges. comes forward from Motherwell. Spittle helps it on. Bear helps it back to Spittle on the halfway line. Bounces left foot looking for Wilkinson in the left hand channel. Gogic again gets across and then keeps it in and moves it up the line to Strain, who then goes long. Mandron running. He won't get there first, but he does put pressure on Blaney, who has to put it out for a St Mirren throw in almost at the corner flag. St Mirren putting the pressure on and leading by a goal to nil in this first half.
It's excellent play from Mandron. You know, strikers can get a ball into the channel and not chase it. What he's done there is taken his team 50 yards up the pitch. They're in a really dangerous area just now. He could have just left it because it looked like it was going to roll out, but fantastic work rate from him.
It's going to be Strain to take this throw in. Moves it to McMenamin, tries to control it on the chest. McGinn got a foot in, but it's back to Strain, who's got room to cross. He's flashed it in towards Kiltie, but Mugabe had the height and got the header on it. Touch from Slattery on the edge of the box, it's heavy. Challenge from McMenamin, breaks back for Slattery, and the clearance deflects back to Kiltie. Bacchus chips it to Mandron in the box, back to goal. Can he get turned to get a shot in? That's what he's trying to do, but Casey holds off. He's cut it back for McMenamin, but it's just about defended by Motherwell. Edge of the box, Bacchus dummies, gets a left-footed shot deflected wide of the post, and Motherwell survive just about. Corner.
It's great play from St Mirren, that defending for the lives. Motherwell at the moment, back to the kind of point of Kettlewell will be gutted, he'll be raging that his team hasn't done that and made St Mirren defend, because the wind's kind of playing against them in terms of ball holding up. Play the ball over the top, make St Mirren defend, but it's a great wee spell for St Mirren, this, pinning Motherwell in.
Corner. It's going to be Kiltie to take on the far side. Fired in. Strain, apologies, on the far side, whips it into the near post. Gogic got ahead to it, but he was facing away from goal and just puts it straight behind. Let's go to our reporter Kennedy Nidsan, who can bring us up to date with what's happening across the grounds in Scottish football.
Yeah, of course we should remember that Rangers and Aberdeen are already in the quarter-finals, having squeaked through by the odd goal against lower level opposition. Ross County started supremely well. 2 goals in the first 7 minutes from Kyle Turner and Jordan White means it's Airdrie 0, Ross County 2. Joel Newbley on 12 minutes made it Livingston 1, Ayr 0, and of course the Boyd Munce screamer means here it's 1-0 of course to St Mirren against Motherwell. No goals, Arbroath and Queen's Park. In League 1 where there are goals, it's Edinburgh 0, Hamilton Accies 1, Montrose 0, Cove 1, Queen of the South 0, Annan 1. And in League 2 again, games where there are goals, there's only one, Clyde 1, Peterhead 1. Down in England, Fulham 0, Brentford 0, Liverpool 0, Bournemouth 1, Wolves 0, Brighton 1.
Strain crosses in deep, but it's straight behind for a goal kick. Thanks for that, Kennedy. I'm getting battered here for the use of squeak here, Tom.
You just used it again.
St Mirren leading by a goal to 1 here on Sports Sound. 27 minutes played in this first half. It's been, well, very fiercely fought. Two informed teams, but there's no doubt St Mirren have had the better of the play, and they are in front courtesy of Caelan Boyd Munce's stunning strike after 8 minutes from the edge of the area in the top corner. It's Motherwell go long. Fraser doesn't really get too much on that, but it goes to Strain, who's over halfway, up to McMenamin on this near side. Good sliding challenge by Blaney. He's coming to the Motherwell side for Pape Souaré, who misses out. Not on the bench either, the Senegalese. Strain takes the throw in, looking for Mandron, who's come across, run really well on the byline just about. Moves it back to Strain, who looks to shift it back on the right foot. Step over goes in. It's been held up by McGinn. Fraser's joined the attack, the captain for the afternoon, and his cross is blocked behind for a corner to St Mirren. And St Mirren, you can sense their smell a bit of blood here.
Yeah, they've been good down this right hand side. Of course, Motherwell quite a few problems down the right between Strain and McMenamin, and Marcus Fraser joining in there as well.
Their movement's good, Tomo. Their movements, their wee passing patterns have been good down this right side. Kettlewell will not be happy how easy possession they've got it though.
Corner comes in, Boyd Munce whips it right in on top of Kelly, who put both hands up and claimed it really cleanly, really nicely, and he's thrown it to the feet of O'Donnell, who looks to get the counter attack going, but his pass is under hit from Bear, though. If Bear looked away, player to get in and win it back. He sums up Motherwell's slackness in possession really, and Mandron is dispossessed, but it goes out for a throw in on this near side. Strain will have another one to take.
It's not like him, Stephen O'Donnell normally picks the right option, and he had runners going forward, and that's what I mean by play the ball beyond, because it's going to help hold up in this wind. They're just not turning the St Mirren defenders and making them defend their own goal.
Strain, ball in both hands, waits for options. He's got Fraser, Bacchus and McMenamin over on this right hand side. There's 4 Motherwell jerseys looking to defend. Bacchus receives, does well to keep it to McMenamin, whose touch is slightly heavy under pressure, and Motherwell turn the ball over. Here's Zudrowkowski to Bear, facing his own goal. Black and white shirts all around him. Moves it back to Blaney, who says enough's enough and clears it long. Wilkinson challenges, but Gogic wins the header, and the flag was up in any case against Connor Wilkinson. And St Mirren will have the free kick in their own half, leading by a goal to nil as we pass the half-hour mark here in Paisley. St Mirren a goal up and in the ascendancy here on Sports Sound.
It's definitely an advantage that St Mirren have got this wind with them in this half. It'll be interesting to see what happens second half and how St Mirren and Motherwell approach the second half. But Motherwell, it's lacking possession, at times not quick enough defensively to get out and close things down. Stuart Kettle will not like the look of his team right now.
It's Mandron's flick, and the flag goes up against McMenamin, who flashed a shot just wide of the post. Probably should have scored, wouldn't have counted in any case. But Mandron is causing a real threat, the guy who was on loan at Motherwell for the second half of last season. 3 goals.
Indecision from Mugabe there. Indecision, he doesn't know where to go, stay. Mandarin causing all sorts of problems up there. I liked him in Motherwell last season. What have you thought, Tom? He's a handful.
Yeah, I like the fact that he's willing to work hard for the team.
Yeah,
he is. He's got a physical presence, and when the balls come up to him so far in the game to his feet, he's actually linked the play well.
Zudrowkowski, Macedonian, takes it in midfield, moves it out to O'Donnell on the far side. Slattery back into defence. It's moved across for Mugabe, centre half, looks up, looking for options. He only sees Mandron in front of him. Moves it out towards Casey, back to Blaney. Here's Mugabe again, and Motherwell just moving it about the back, but they're not finding many options. Eventually it's moved to Slattery right on the far touchline as he drops in, but again he's forced back by St Mirren. They're so effective at that press. They did it excellently at Easter Road in the first half in the opening game of the season. Put themselves 2-0 up as a result, and Motherwell are finding it tough, but now they do have the ball in midfield. McGinn looks for Spittle, but again it doesn't go to a teammate. Cut out by Strain, who gallops over halfway, then passes it backwards to Tanzer on the left hand side. He's got plenty of time to try and pick a pass, but it's a terrible one straight to Dan Casey, and then moves it for Bear, who takes a poor touch, and Gogic nips in with a header, and then Strain is fouled by Zudrowkowski right on halfway.
That's 2 or 3 for Zudrowkowski.
I'm so glad you took that on.
Try again.
Zudrowkowski.
I think one more and he'll be in the book. I think. The number 17.
Bad pronunciation, or
I think I'll be getting in the book shortly as well.
And Spittle nips in ahead of Bacchus into the St Mirren half. He's gathering up towards the left hand corner of the box. Challenge goes in, miss. Spittle's into the box, tries to pull it across, but Gogic gets across, puts the tackle in. Motherwell at least force the corner, and that's much better from them. Good play by Blair Spittle.
Yeah, really good play by Spittle. He drives with the ball he's so aggressive with it and so intent in getting towards the goal. He's just unlucky enough he doesn't get across into the box there, because he had a couple of options making the box.
Yeah, Zudrowkowski was one of them.
Nailed it, and it's going to be Wilkinson to take this corner on the near side. Motherwell test Zach Hemming. They haven't done so in the over half an hour we've played here in Paisley. St Mirren leading. Wilkinson to take with the left foot. He's chipped it towards a penalty spot. McGinn gets the header on. It's bouncing about. It's still not cleared. Bear goes up for the header. Mugabe tries to hook it. Eventually it's squaffed behind, I think, by Richard Taylor. Deary me.
That was ugly as you can get. It really was horrific from everybody involved. St Mirren tried about 5 slice clearances. It was just really bad defending.
Here's one for you though. Why is Wilkinson out taking the corner? That's foul, no?
Fine,
surely he's a threat in the box.
Looks about 6'3". It's a good question.
Corner on the far side. This one's going to be taken by Spittle. Puts the arm up, and let's see if we can get better from both sides. It was real pinball, the last one. Corner comes in, floated in towards Bear and Mugabe. And Gogic again, he's been outstanding in this first half. Gets a head on it. Out to McMenamin. Look to launch a counter, he's taking a heavy touch. McGinn gets in. Here's O'Donnell on the left hand side, looks for the cross to the back post. Mugabe's still up, takes a touch off what looked like an arm, drops for Wilkinson, blocked by Tanzer. Spittle's going to get to on the byline, puts it up the back post. Taylor gets up really well in the middle of the 6-yard box to flick it away, but the danger's not done. Casey back to O'Donnell on the left hand side, left footed cross in towards Wilkinson. Again, Taylor gets ahead on it. Zadravkovsky forward, picked off by Gogic, who's been brilliant, and he's just nutmegged Slattery, and it didn't go to a teammate, but Kiltie gets it back. Bacchus in his own half goes back to his own goalkeeper Hemming, who takes a touch on the edge of the box, moves it out to Strain, and St Mirren, some good crucial headers from Gogic and Taylor in that passage of play.
Yeah, Motherwell just aren't getting that wee break, that wee 50-50 ball that ricochets around. They're just not, it's not falling for a Motherwell player just now, and it's going all the way of St Mirren. But credit to St Mirren, they're playing some nice stuff. They're more comfortable on the ball than Motherwell are. They've not really got a hold of the game as such.
Gogic in his own half, the centre circle, gets it back from Fraser. Right foot, switch of play to Tanzer, who gets up ahead of O'Donnell, and it's going to fall for Zadravkovsky, who gets a challenge in. Bear just in his own half, and then Slattery hits the deck under pressure from McMenamin, and he gets a free kick. Well, they call him blows the whistle, and it'll be a free kick to Motherwell in their own half. Blaney gets on with it to Mugabe, and Motherwell just knocking about. They've not found build-up too easy so far. Another loose one puts Zadravkovsky under pressure, but he just gets it away. Back to Mugabe, and then Blaney doesn't take a great touch. That just looks nervy. Mugabe picked off again by Boyd Munce, the goal scorer. Gives it to Kiltie, moves towards the edge of the box, feeds back, Mandron. And then it's crossed the back post. McMenamin takes a touch. He's away from goal though. Edge, Strain in towards the penalty spot, where Kiltie takes a touch, and then Bear with a sclaffed clearance on the edge of the box. Motherwell are fortunate to get the goal away. It just looks incredibly panicky, Lee Miller.
It's ugly just now, it really is. They just can't get a hold of the ball, they can't build anything. For me, I can see he wants to turn the defenders, just put it in there. See, when Blaney gets the ball and the left side, just open up and put one in the channel. Make St Mirren defend.
I would agree, because when they're trying to play centrally, St Mirren are closing them down. They're not getting any joy.
They're cutting out. St Mirren have got numbers in there. It's crowded out. It's too tight. They're not getting a hold of the ball. They're winning. St Mirren are winning most of the balls in there. Turn them. There's two strikers up there that are willing to run for your team. Put it in there and make them attack the ball. Make them attack the area, because it is holding up in the wind.
I tell you what though, Mugabe, that's 3 giveaways.
Yeah.
Basic passes. He's under no pressure, and he's just giving the ball away.
Yeah,
wonder if we'll see him second half. I'm not sure we will.
Callum Gallagher, I'll get that one out, has brought Airdrieonians back into it against Ross County. 2 early goals. Game on, they are good for a goal, that's for sure. Rhys McCabe's side
scored a lot of goals last year, did Callum.
Absolutely. And they're right back in it against Ross County. Edge of the St Mirren box. Spittle takes a touch, and there's an offside flag goes up. So St Mirren leading by a 1-0 here with 7 minutes left of the first half. Aberdeen already through, beating Stirling Albion 2-1 Friday night. Rangers beat Morton 2-1 in the lunchtime kickoff. We brought you both games on Sports Sounds. Airdrieonians trailing Ross County by 2-1. Livingston leading Ayr United. Those are the League Cup last 16 ties. 3 more to come tomorrow. 2 games in the capital. Hearts against Partick Thistle. Hibs against Wraith Rovers, both 2 o'clock kickoffs. We'll bring you updates on Sports Sound on air from 1:30. Then commentary from the 3 o'clock game as holders Celtic go to Rugby Park to play Kilmarnock, who reached the semi-finals. Derek McInnes just sitting to our left here to watch this game as St Mirren take a throw on this near side, and they go all the way back to Alex Gogic, who's been playing at the heart of this, the centre of this back 3 for St Mirren this season. He's been really good so far. Long ball comes forward, McGinn headed on, and it's going to go behind for a corner to St Mirren as they look to add to their lead before the break.
Again, it's down this right hand side. 2 or 3 times they've tried the diagonal, it's come off. Another few times it hasn't because of the wind, but again it's strain causing problems, putting Paul McGinn under massive pressure. Has to give away the corner, and in this wind you want to just swing this right in on top of the goalkeeper.
Yeah, Caelan Boyd Munce going to whip this in with the left foot, and that's exactly what he does towards Kelly. Paul McGinn headed it away at the near post. Another corner. St Mirren building the pressure, and the Motherwell fans, who have packed out the stand behind the goal, have had very little to shout about from their team. Boyd Muntz goes short this time to Strain. He's made a good run, and he's going to give it back to Boyd Muntz in with a left foot. There's a duck there from Tanzer, and it allowed Motherwell to clear, but it's not convincing again as they come back. And McMenamin's over to the left side, looks up, puts it in towards Mandron, header away, and back in, unconvincing from Slattery, puts it right back into the St Mirren box, and again Motherwell just about get it clear down the pitch, but it was incredibly nervy, and it's come back. Mandron, Taylor still up there from the set piece, challenge goes in, and it's gone out on the far side for a Motherwell throw in. Taylor's still down.
It's just so untidy, Lee, isn't it? It really is. I mean, you know, Motherwell have struggled all match really to keep the ball and to show composure, and yes, we'll bring the wind into factor there, but they have been slashing at things at the back, really untidy and nervy.
It's exactly that, Tom. It's ugly from Motherwell's point of view, and at times they're defending for their lives when they don't really need to, if you know what I mean. They're diving in at things and slashing at things with a wee bit of composure. Wouldn't go amiss.
Ross County have restored their 2-goal advantage. Simon Murray has put them 3-1 up away to Airdrieonians. One of the other 3 o'clock last 16 ties here this afternoon. Ross County, as Tomo touched on, really good start to the season. Look like they've got goals in their team, but 2 at Celtic Park in the opening day of the season. Of course, beat St Johnstone, scoring for fun in the early stages of the season. That's another really slack clearance. It just doesn't make barely any yards from Motherwell, and Strain will have the chance just about up towards in line with the box on this near side. And Strain, he doesn't often go for a long one. He's going to look for Bacchus. No Bacchus, marshalled by Spittle. Goes to Mandron, who's come to the corner of the box. Touch, and then away from Motherwell. Gogic sends it back, and Kiltie made a run. Kelly had to come and claim it.
Do you know, he wasn't offside there either. He checked his run.
And here's Zudravkovsky as Motherwell look to go forward quickly. Back to Casey. Back to the Macedonian. Who gives it away again. Not enjoying his first start, and here comes St Mirren. Bacchus midway through, and his pass isn't clean. Blaney plays it away up to Baer. Baer nicks it through the legs of Marcus Fraser. He's still got Boyd Muntz for company. Spittle on the left hand side, looked up, he's going to send one in with the left foot, but Marcus Fraser gets the block in, and it's out for a throw in on this near side to Motherwell, who are trailing by 1-0. 41 and a half played here in Paisley. And Paul McGinn is going to come up and take this throw in to the feet of Spittle. Gets it back, McGinn. Across to Zudravkovsky, into Slattery. 25 yards out, facing goal. He's going to turn and shoot, but that was miles over the bar.
He was never set to hit the shot. Never.
It was never set, but it's probably a frustration that they've not had anything on St Mirren's goal, and he's thinking he can hit a ball, and he's thinking, right, I'll just try and warm the goalie up or test the goalie at least. But it's a pure frustration from Slattery, that getting the ball in that area and not being set to shoot, but he's shot anyway.
Yeah. He got 3 goals in the group stages, Callum Slattery, and fancied his chances there, but there was one in particular, I think, where he was dribbling with the ball and the fans were getting on his back, and then he ended up going on a brilliant run and score and went over and cupped his ears to the fans.
So advisable.
Maybe he was thinking again, why not go for glory? Motherwell with the ball on halfway, and I think Spittle's been caught late here. He's down in a heap just at the centre circle in his own half, and St Mirren give away the free kick, and it's Zudravkovsky over it, but then he jogs away, leaves it for Dan Casey. In fact, it's Spittle who takes it for right hand side. He's going to try and take on the defender. He jinks in field, and Paul McGinn got back really well and made the tackle, made sure that McMenamin had no way through. Throw in on this near side. St Mirren 1-0 up as we tick towards half time here in Paisley. Strain again looks for options. He's got Bacchus, who gives it back first time to Strain. Going to take on McGinn. He's playing out on this left hand side. Strain blocked by Spittle. Baer. Spittle again, a clearance, just doesn't get a hold of it. Marcus Fraser has to go after it though. Good pressure from Baer, and Fraser puts it out for a throw in on this near side.
That there will annoy Kettlewell. See how easy St Mirren have got it from throw-ins. They've just did it, thrown into feet, played back,
no pressure,
now play. Motherwell don't seem to get that from throw-ins, and that'll frustrate the manager.
Here's Bacchus on halfway, a couple of nice touches, gets their way really nicely to McMenamin, and then Bacchus is caught really late.
Well, I said he would be getting a yellow card, and he's not been given one.
Willie Collum's not in the
Who's
mood
that, Tomo? Who was getting a yellow card?
Well, I tell you, it was
Zdravskovsky.
Zudrakovsky. But yeah, I mean, I think
Apologies.
His next one must be a yellow. That's 5 now he's had. All for similar challenges.
Yeah.
Just late.
Yeah, he's just been slightly late every time.
Yeah, looks like new signing. Obviously, it's his first start. It looks like he's maybe not up to speed with the pace of the game. Scottish football, as we know, fast and furious. Boyd Muntz, left foot, goes to the far side of the box where Taylor gets up, but Bear wins the header, but he just puts it into danger area on the edge of the box, and St Mirren pick up. Here's Boyd Muntz, who's going to cross it to the back post with the left foot, headed away by Casey behind for another corner on the far side. And there's 1 minute of added time here in Paisley, and it's the home side who have the advantage, and their tails up. They have a corner, leading 1-0.
There's another ball into the box. It's caused Motherwell problems right throughout this first half.
Wee bit of communication, he could have maybe let it through in there.
Yeah, probably should have let it go, because it wasn't going to a St Mirren player.
Corner on the far side, and the wind is whipping up. It's going in all directions here in Paisley, and it's Kilty to take. Whips into the near post, headed away by Spittle, I think, back doing his defensive duties. It wasn't the best corner to the near post, and Motherwell survive, but there'll be a rethink at half time. Stuart Kettlewell, a few strong words, let's say, because the side who have every reason to be confident the form they've shown for the longest time, but they look panicky at the back. And it's a throw in on the far side, but Alex Gogic won't have time to take it, because Willie Collum has seen enough here for the first half in Paisley. It's been closely fought, it's been frenetic, it's not had the highest quality at times, apart from the goal which separates the side, which was of the highest quality from Caelan Boyd Muntz. It just broke to him on the edge of the Motherwell box, and he just lashed it straight into the top corner for his first goal for the club. I mean, it was wonderful, it really was, and it suckered Motherwell, who, as I was just saying, have every reason to be confident, but they've not played like it. They've been really scrappy. Some of the clearances have not been good. They've not tested Zach Hemming at all, really, and really Bacchus has had the best chance out with the goal, flashed just over, but it's far from done. Motherwell will look to reset at half time at the Smythe Stadium. It is St Mirren 1, Motherwell 0.
Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland.
You're listening to Sports Sound with me, Thomas Duncan, here in Paisley, with Stephen Thompson and Lee Miller alongside me as we bring you the action between St Mirren and Motherwell. Brought you the early kick-off. Rangers already through, Aberdeen already through as well. Guys, I mean, how to sum up that first half? St Mirren, they've not been brilliant, Tomo, but they've certainly been the better team, haven't they?
They've not been brilliant, but they've been good. St Mirren have been good as the half's gone on. St Mirren have completely dominated it. It was quite tight at the start, kind of. The conditions played their part. It was a bit scrappy, frenetic, but then St Mirren have been the team who have put their foot on the ball and tried to build on occasions. They've asked questions of Motherwell defensively, out with the goal, although not really had to test Lehman goals too often. Motherwell, so disjointed, it's incredible. Nothing in terms of a threat going forward. Defensively, they've defended their box at times reasonably well when crosses have come in, but it's when they're not under pressure that Motherwell are looking poor.
Yeah, they're looking to lash at things and swipe at things that they don't have to do. It's that composure and it's a calmness throughout the team. There seems to be like a panic almost.
Yeah, I would agree that. I mean, I definitely think there's going to be half-time substitutions. There's no way that Stuart Kettlewell will be happy with that level of performance. However, St Mirren have had that very strong wind, which I think has been a factor, because you know, when you play in conditions like that, it can be difficult to get out, because you know, when you're trying to kick it away, the wind's bringing it back towards you. So we'll see if it works in Motherwell's favour second half, but it's not been a performance anything like the two league performances that they've had so far in this season.
The only positives Motherwell can take out, it's only 1-0. That's one of the big ones to take from it, albeit there's not been that many clear-cut chances.
No,
but the kind of scrappy fighting balls in the box have not kind of came to anything. But you could go the other way from that in St Mirren's box, it's not failed for Motherwell as yet, albeit there's not been that many.
No, there was the one spell where they had a corner and then they recycled it, had another ball into the box, and it was a wee bit scrappy from a St Mirren perspective, but that was the only kind of sustained period. It was only 2 minutes that actually Motherwell had on the St Mirren goal.
Yeah.
Well, thanks guys for the thoughts for the moment. There are of course games happening elsewhere, 2 other last 16 ties in the League Cup, as well as some games happening in the lower leagues across Scotland. So let's go to Kerridine Idsan, who can bring us right up to speed. Kerridine.
Yep, we have Rangers and Aberdeen, of course, already in the draw for the quarter-finals. Ross County have given themselves a great chance of joining them, because at half-time, goals from Turner, White and Murray have them 3-1 up against Airdrie, for whom Callum Gallagher got a goal in that first half. So Airdrie 1, Ross County 3, and Joel Newbley has got the only goal at Livingston for the hosts, who lead Ayr by 1-0 at half-time. In the Championship, the only match there, half-time, Arbroath 0, Queen's Park 0. In the next division, Scottish League 1, we have confirmed half-times of Edinburgh City 0, Hamilton Accies 1, Kelty Hearts 1, Alloa Athletic 0, Queen of the South 0, Annan Athletic 1, and I think they're still playing at Montrose, where Cove Rangers are 2-0 up as they approach half-time there. And in League 2, half-time, Bonnyrigg Rose 1, Stranraer 0, Clyde 1, Peterhead 2 is just a half-time score just confirmed. Half-times as well, Dumbarton 0, Forfar 1, East Fife 0, Stenhousemuir 1, Spartans 0, Elgin 0, and in England's top flight, all half-times, Fulham 0, Brentford 1. Liverpool have come from a goal down to lead Bournemouth 2-1 at the break, and it's Wolves 0, Brighton 1. Those are the scores so far in the top flight in England and in all the divisions in Scotland. And of course, half-time here, St Mirren 1, Motherwell 0.
Kerridine, thank you. One of the games we brought you earlier, Rangers getting the job done at Ibrox, but only just squeaking through.
Good, Thomas. Keep
to
it going. Keep it
the
going.
quarter-finals along with Aberdeen. Of course, Morton almost, well, they were half an hour or so away from an almighty shock, taking the lead with Grant Gillespie's penalty after Dessers was penalised, but then Dessers and Danilo getting the goals for Rangers to turn things around. But Morton really gave a good account of themselves. Maybe touch on Rangers in a second, but a word on Morton, Tomo, because it's a threadbare squad, not even 5 subs on the bench. To go to Ibrox and put in that kind of performance, it speaks volumes for Dougie Imrie. Said, I mean, I watched them last season. They're just
Dougie Imrie.
they're just no, he says there are no excuses.
He's done a great job. He really has. His teams are well organised. They carried a threat this afternoon. Jamie McDonald rightly being praised. Brilliant goalkeeper, and I think they'll do well in the Championship this season.
Absolutely, the players just coming back out here. And just a word on Rangers, Tomo, because effectively they're in the hat. It doesn't matter. Michael Beale says, oh well, you know, if they win the cup, no one will remember how they got there. But
yeah, that's true.
It's frustrating that perhaps for the fans that they've not clicked yet.
Yeah, you're kind of waiting on that happening. It'll do Danilo the world of good to get that goal today and get that midweek miss out of his mind. But yeah, the players, I think certainly in forward areas, the jury's still out a bit. And they've got a big couple of weeks coming up.
Hey, you're listening to Sports Sounds here on BBC Radio Scotland. The teams are back out there, getting ready to kick off. St Mirren will kick off, shooting from right to left. Lee, what will Stuart Kettlewell have been saying at half-time, because they need to improve?
Yeah, they need to have a bit more composure, a bit more calmness, and try and make St Mirren defend. It'll be difficult this half because the ball won't hold up as much as it did first. But they just need to try and force it and take the game to St Mirren.
We're underway, no changes on either side, and St Mirren get an early free kick as they look to defend in their own half. Boyd Muntz, the goal scorer, gave them the lead with a stunning effort after 8 minutes and looked to go short, but then Willie Cullen wasn't happy about something, and he's still not happy about something.
Go, Willie. Come on,
Willie.
It's yeah, I mean, I think the ball wasn't on the exact spot. I don't know, but
yeah, but they then took it from further back, which isn't gaining you any advantage, so just let it go.
It's, yeah. We're underway again. Gogic goes short to Taylor, gets it back, right foot. Mugabe's under it, who has survived being hooked at half-time despite a nervy first 45 minutes, and it goes through to Hemming, the St Mirren goalkeeper. I was going to potentially ask Lee this, Tomo, but I did wonder if we might see young Lennon Miller at half-time, because he does bring a composure on the ball in the middle of the pitch. I'll not make Lee answer that.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised if the scoreline stays the same, if we do see him coming onto the pitch within the next 10-15 minutes. And also your man, the new striker coming on as well, because the front two, I don't think I don't think the front two have really asked too many questions of.
Yeah, I think it won't be long until Breath's introduced to the game, because he chases lost causes. You've seen the 2 goals last week. It was all because of his work rate, his determination, a pure hunger, desire to try and get on the end of things.
Yeah, he's a big boy as well. He shrugged off Lewis Stevenson and then Will Fish for both goals. Barged them out the way.
He's a player full of confidence. Sorry, Thomas. He's a player full of confidence, and looks, he's got that kind of swagger about him.
Throw in up to Mandron. Looks to get St Mirren moving forward. He moves out to Strain on the far side into Bacchus in the centre circle. Australian takes a look up, knocks it back out to Strain. He moves it back to Bacchus. He just drifted across, gives it back to Strain. Well, not putting too much pressure on, and then it's down the touchline for Fraser. He's then dinked it in field for McMenamin. Good touch of the left foot. It puts the low cross into the near post. McMenamin, Bacchus in on the edge of the box. Back out to Fraser, right hand side. McMenamin stands it up, and it's into the back post, but it runs all the way through. And O'Donnell will go after it, but it's Boyd Munce who gets there. Gets it off to Tanzer. He's going down the left hand side, really high cross to the back post, and McGinn was the only one there for Motherwell. No St Mirren player. He maybe had a bit more time, but he was saying no nonsense and just nodded it behind for a corner.
Yeah, a bit of communication again. I don't know how close he is to the kind of touchline there. Could have chested it back to Liam, could have dealt with it a bit better, but again, it's St Mirren put the ball in the box, making Motherwell defend. You've not seen enough of that from Motherwell's point of view.
Corner, St Mirren on the far sides, and Boyd Munce will go across to take it with the left foot. His stunning strike, the difference between the sides in this last 16 League Cup tie. Left foot into the near post, headed away. St Mirren defend well, and then Taylor nods it back. He's trying to look for Hemming, who has kept that in, has he? No, he hasn't. The flag has gone up, and it's going to be a corner to Motherwell. Taylor didn't do his goalkeeper many favours there, and the rain is also coming down here.
I think that was guesswork from the stand side linesman, because he wasn't on the line. He was about a yard and a half from the line when he makes that decision.
There's no way he can call that.
No, there's none. Not at all.
But Motherwell will
Could
take
be a big
it.
moment.
It's the first time they've actually dropped it over the back line,
and it did cause problems.
It did indeed, and Blair Spittle is going to take from the far side in front of the clapping and dancing ultras from St Mirren. Spittle, right foot high, right to the back post. Hemming thinks about coming. Bear gets a head on to the edge of the 6-yard box, then flick back in for McDonald. Mugabe goes up, Taylor gets a head on it. It's cleared by Tanzer up to the edge of the box, and then McMenamin wins the challenge on the edge. He's going to try and scamper up the left-hand touchline. He nutmegs Slattery. He's still going, takes away from O'Donnell, and then he's tripped, and that is outstanding from McMenamin. And Stephen O'Donnell is going to go in the book as well for that brilliant play from the St Mirren forward.
Yeah, it really was a great counter-attack from St Mirren. I don't think Stephen O'Donnell had to make that challenge there, because I think he was getting back.
I wasn't sure if it was Stephen O'Donnell, if it was Slattery. It was kind of a coming together.
The card certainly appeared to be brandished in O'Donnell's direction. Here's Fraser, goes long with the right foot up towards the edge of the box on the right-hand side. Kilty's gone across. Stabs it back, Bacchus, low cross. Mugabe heads away up towards the halfway line and out for a throw-in. And the game offering the same pattern as the first half, and the clouds grey, dreich day now in Paisley. The sun's disappeared, the rain's coming down, conditions ever changing. And here's Baer, midway through his own half, does well, gets the pass off to O'Donnell on the right hand side, who's crossed the halfway line. He's looking for Wilkinson. Gogic comes across, makes a good sliding challenge, and then Boyd Munce picks the ball up in his own half. Kilty, Bacchus on halfway, feeds Mandron. He tries the pass around the corner, but it's a good tackle from Blaney. Here's Wilkinson from Motherwell on halfway, gets it out to O'Donnell on this near side. O'Donnell again looks for Bear. He's found him this time. Bear back to goal, turns away, gets a left-footed shot in, and Hemming had to touch that over the bar.
What an effort.
Well, there was me saying Theo Bear hadn't done much, but he did a lot there. Unlucky.
What a strike. I thought it was just creeping into the near side top corner. It's a great save from Hemming. Great save. A nice wee bit of intricate play with the two strikers over and round the corner. First time they've kind of had that wee bit of link-up play.
Corner to Motherwell. Good save from Hemming. First real thing he's had to do it. Wilkinson will take. Number 99 puts his hand up. Can Motherwell get back into this game in the second half? Left-footed corner into the near post. Header flashed wide. Casey he was on the fall, really, couldn't control it, and it was away wide of the post, and there's going to be a substitution, Kerridine.
Yep, a certain L. Miller is coming on, and can he impact what's been a largely lacklustre performance from Motherwell so far? No surprise to see Davor Zdravkovsky coming on to the relief of certain people.
He's had ages to practice that.
Hey, what do you know about this guy?
I'm so nervous.
I'll just commentate. You watch him.
Seriously. No, hopefully he can bring a wee bit of calmness to Motherwell and look for those threaded balls.
That's been their best spell in the game so far, so he's coming on at a good time.
Yeah, Bayer testing Hemming in the corner. Casey flashed wide with a header. Motherwell just with their tails up slightly, looking to get themselves back in this game. Wilkinson, Lennon Miller with the first touch, back to O'Donnell, blocked. Breaks now for St Mirren and McMenamin. Lennon Miller with a good sliding challenge, but McMenamin was able to pick up again. He receives it again out on the right hand side, midway through the Motherwell half. He's going to try and take on Paul McGinn, who crosses with the right foot. It's high, it's hanging to the back post. O'Donnell gets up ahead of Tanzer to nod it away, and it's out for a throw in on this near side. And well, Motherwell, it's a cup tie, need to go for this. I wonder if we'll see Mika Beer anytime soon. And St Mirren though with the throw in on this near side. Tanzer, that looked like a foul throw, but it's into man drawn, touches it away to McMenamin. Slattery wins a challenge, but then good tracking back from Tanzer, gets in. Motherwell have the ball again though. Slattery with a big switch of play out to the left hand side, and Paul McGinn, who's on his bike, can he work space for the cross? He's on the corner of the box. Spittle thinks about the shot, he's floated it in towards Wilkinson, and Gogic, he's there again, nods it behind for a corner.
Well, you can hear the Motherwell crowd, they're enjoying this last 5 minutes. It was a good ball into the box, and actually really well defended from Gogic in the end. He was under massive pressure.
Yeah, it was a sensational ball from, I think it was Slattery. It made the big switch over to McGinn. Really good change of play.
And it's Wilkinson. No, he's not going to take it. He's going to leave it for Spittle, who's going to come across to this near side. Motherwell got 3 substitutes, including Beer over in their bibs, warming up next to the corner taker. And Spittle's going to float this in with the right foot. It's high, it's hanging, and Willie Collum has blown for a foul in the box. Slattery, I think, is the man punished, or he's the one complaining anyway. Not sure. I didn't think it was Bear in the end.
I think it was Bear.
I have no idea what's happened there.
No, I was following the ball. It was at the edge of the box, the film. So Willie's seen something.
So frustrating from a manager's point of view, from Kettlewell's point of view, having that opportunity to get the ball in the box, on the front foot. The crowd are lively, and it's a frustrating one for him.
Well, Stevie failed it. Motherwell assistant wasn't happy with the decision. He was up, and it's long from Hemming, St Mirren goalkeeper. 12.5 minutes into this second period. St Mirren still leading thanks to that early strike from Caelan Boyd-Munn. Stunning strike it was. Here's McGinn for Motherwell, cross halfway, but then has to turn and go back, and it's back to McGabby. Casey, who hit the bar last week against Hibs, flashed one wide moments ago, still looking for his first Motherwell goal, getting close, but here comes Slattery out on the left hand side, gives it to Miller, back to halfway, and Blaney, McGabby. Motherwell just trying to get those touches and build something from the back. Casey, ball forward, cut out by Tanzer. Boyd-Munn hooks it just in front of Miller, who had to duck, and Willie Collum thought about it.
Oh, come on. I know he's your son, but that is never a foul in his life.
It's a clear free kick. You know, he's put his head.
Honestly, Willie,
I don't know what
he's about a metre away from it.
Yeah, he got a really clean hook on the ball as well.
Yeah, it was a pure decision from Willie, that.
It was the right idea from Casey though, trying to get in behind. They never quite had enough on the ball, but
Spittle and Wilkinson over it. It's going to be the right foot of Spittle, who start and then goes short to Slattery, who dinks one towards Wilkinson, edge of the box, but it's really poor, easily cut out by Kiltie, and then falls for Slattery, puts a high one back in towards McGabby in the box, but again St Mirren defend their box really well, and it's out for a throw in on the far side to Motherwell.
I don't know if that was a worked free kick or if it was off the cuff or just who knows.
Well, It didn't work in any case.
That's true.
It caused confusion between two sets of players.
Everybody was confused.
Throw in, far side for Motherwell, in towards Wilkinson again. St Mirren get something on it. It's out to Blaney, into Miller. Nice pass for Slattery, who gets it back. He's going to think about the shot. He's 30 yards out. He gets the low shot in, blocked by Bacchus. Now Kilty, the ball's broken for him on the left-hand side. He looks to run away from Slattery, who got back really well, and perfectly timed sliding challenge from the Motherwell midfielder. Throw in on this near side. St Mirren leading by a goal to nil as we hit the hour mark here in Paisley.
Last 10 minutes have been the best spell in the game for Motherwell. Looking dangerous.
Yeah, they just seem a bit more positive, a bit more composure about them, and they're starting to kind of enter the final third of St Mirren's eventually.
Yeah.
Is that lip balm you've just produced, Tom?
Yes.
Fair enough.
You've never seen it before. It's not that strange an act putting lip balm on. Mr. Squeak.
Oh dear. Right, throw in on this near side to St Mirren. Tanzer, and the referee has blown his whistle. Does that mean there's going to be a change? Yeah, or no? He's saying not sure what will I call him, is signalling for there. Looked like it was
Jamie Langfield that was giving instructions to Tanzer, I think, and try to take the sting out of the game maybe.
Here is Tanzer, jinks away from O'Donnell, forced to turn back. He's trying to work space to cross on the left foot, right on this left touchline, but O'Donnell just followed him all the way, took the tackle in, out for another throw in on this near side. St Mirren still a goal to the good and on course to join Aberdeen and Rangers in the hat for the quarter-finals. 3 games tomorrow. Hibs, Hearts, Celtic, all in action as Premiership teams. Partick Thistle, Wraith Rovers and Kilmarnock as well up against Celtic. Still with their chance for St Mirren though to deliver on the right hand side. It's flashed across goal. Mandron was in there, but Motherwell got ahead to it inside the 6-yard box. It's sent back in from Tanzer, but that's high and wide behind the goal. It's gone behind for a goal kick to Motherwell, who are trailing by a goal to nil.
It's another excellent delivery.
Yeah, dangerous crosses, aren't
really,
they?
Really good ball in.
Again though, Motherwell defending well.
Yeah, he defended it well at the back post. Mandron was up, but it was 2 men marking him. They managed to clear the danger.
O'Donnell, as Motherwell goes short with a goal kick. Casey puts a high clearance in. Gogic touches it out. Maybe could have left that, Alex Gogic, but I think it was going out anyway, or it was out anyway, I beg your pardon. So it's a St Mirren throw in. And Richard Taylor, who has not played a lot of first team football, so he's come in this season playing a lot more game time, and he's looked really solid in the penalty area.
He's been good, I've been impressed with him.
He's up again.
Even his use of the ball as well, he's been tidy.
And he wins a free kick here on the near side, right in front of the dugout. Stuart Kettlewell looks to the ground, he shakes his head, he having a word with the linesman.
Yeah, I'm not sure it would have been a free kick, really. I mean, he's up and he wins the header, but I don't think that he's impeded.
He's just fallen awkwardly, isn't he?
You can see Stuart Kettlewell not happy with that decision.
Interesting. We're at that VAR briefing before the season.
Yeah.
You're only allowed 2, no VAR here of course, but in terms of some of the guidelines this season, only allowed 1 person in the dugout on your feet at a time, but doesn't seem to be being enforced as long as they behave themselves. Mandron wins the header back from O'Donnell to the goalkeeper Liam Kelly, who has not had too much to do since Caelan Boyd-Munce's shot flew past him.
No, there's not been a lot for either keeper to do really throughout the game.
Here he is, Kelly takes a touch in his own box, goes for the ball forward to Wilkinson, who flicks it up towards Bear, but Gogic gets there first. Up to Kilty, who takes a touch in the chest, and he's prodded it over for Mandron on this near side as we sit in the main stand here at the Smythe Stadium. St Mirren looking to add to their 1-goal advantage and a 6th straight win. Corner comes in from Strain right into the 6-yard box. I think it was Casey again got up to clear the danger, and now Motherwell look to break, but it's won back by McMenamin, who again's put in a great shift, chops back, crosses with the left foot straight at Kelly, who claims it with both hands and rolls it out to Bear in front of the striker. Passes it to Slattery on halfway on the near touchline, who slipped as he tried to play a ball in behind for Bear or Miller, and it would go straight through to Hemming, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, he didn't need to rush it quite as much as he did there, Slattery. They had the counter-attack, they were getting numbers up. He could have just put his foot on it a wee bit. tried to force the pass, and in the end he just slipped.
They're good at that as well, Motherwell. Over the past few weeks when we're watching them, they've been really good in the counter-attack.
Tanzer, ball into the channel for Mandron, who chases, collects, takes a good touch, and then back to Boyd Munce, who stabbed it into Kilty on the edge of the box. First time Kilty takes a touch and moves away, tries to get the shot, and it's Strain on the edge of the box, looking for the option to hit it with the right foot. He's
Kilty receives the ball in plenty of space, around about 18 yards out. He should have just taken the shot on from Ely, and then he passes it out wide, and then the attack fizzles out.
He's a really good technician, Kilty, as well. Really good. He scores you a goal. I don't know why he never had the confidence to just go for it there.
Yeah, he produced that wonderful cross for Alex Grieve at Easter Road for that late winner. Out on the right hand side, he got 2 assists that day. Got quality, but didn't fancy himself in that position. Moved the ball on, chance gone. As Casey looks to play out for Motherwell, gives it to Donald in his own half. Right footed into the feet of Wilkinson. He's got Gogic for company, who makes a sliding tackle and commits the foul. Wilkinson wants to get on with it. The heavens have opened here. Raining heavily as Motherwell get on with this. Out to McGinn on the left hand side. Then Spittle, who's peeled out. Right footed pass into Wilkinson, the edge of the box. He's got Taylor for company, tries to squeeze it through for Bayer. Doesn't quite fall for his strike partner, and it goes through behind for a goal kick to St Mirren.
A bit better for Motherwell getting forward, playing some intricate passing. It just weren't in the same wavelength there. It looked as if he was going to chop inside him to slide Bayer in. Here it looks like there's going to be a change.
Yeah. Mika Biarrit, I think, is being readied, and it's going to be Theo Bayer who's going to jog over and make way. Incidentally, Livingston have doubled their lead. Christian Montano 2-0 against Ayr United. Davy Martindale's side look on course for the quarter-finals, as do Ross County, who are leading by 3-1. Aberdeen and Rangers already through. St Mirren leading by 1-0 here. 22 minutes played just about in this second half. So Biarrit is on. What an impact he had last week off the bench. Goal and assist to win the game, really, against Hibernian at Fir Park. Spittle midway through the half of St Mirren gives it to McGinn, who's going on a run, weaves up to about 30 yards out to Spittle on the left hand side, comes in with a cross, headed away by Marcus Fraser, and here's McMenamin, who just runs all day, and he's going to try and take on Miller. He does, he goes by him. Miller tracks back though, and then McMenamin gets a cross in, headed just about away, and then ballooned behind by Mugabe. Casey's header, and Mugabe just thumped it out first time. That could have gone anywhere.
Yeah, it was LBW. I mean, like, he just again slashes at it, but
McMenamin's
really
a good player, isn't he? McMenamin's a tidy operator.
Brilliant. It's been a great signing from Stephen Robinson. Obviously knows the Irish market well, and he's certainly impressed this afternoon. He really has. Great energy down that right hand side. His delivery as well has been good at times.
He travels so well with the ball.
He does.
He's comfortable on it. He's not scared to get by a player or two, and his delivery is really good.
Yeah, a bit of a surprise at 27 that he's been playing in the Northern Irish League for so long. But here comes another corner for St Mirren, right in on top of Kelly. Gogic got something on that, but
Casey was defending it
there.
there.
And now it's out to this near side, Mandron, and O'Donnell, both hands behind his back, blocks, and it'll be another corner. St Mirren looking to get the second goal, which, given the amount of goalmouth action we've seen in this game, you'd think would be enough.
Yeah, well, Casey does really well there, because Gogic is all over him at the back post. He ends up in the net, Casey.
Yeah, Alex Gogic, for a guy who is I'm not sure if centre half would be his first choice. He's been fantastic. Corner, straight to the back post. Taylor gets up, and it's put behind again for another corner on the far side.
Good bit of pressure this from St Mirren. Their best in the second half so far. These corners are really dangerous, these kind of in-swingers right on top of the goalkeeper.
Yeah, they're flooding that 6-yard box as well with players. Makes it hard for Liam Kelly to try and get out and get something on the ball.
Yeah, there's a lot of tall, physical players in that penalty area. A lot of good duels. McMenamin is going to take this corner. It's Boyd Munce, actually left foot. Taylor gets up, gets the header in. Ooh. And it's bounced up. There's appeals that it's come off a hand of Biarrit. No VAR. McMenamin sends it back in with the right foot. Biarrit gets a header up over to the back post. Gogic is going after it. Spittle is as well. Lovely touch from Spittle. So composed in his own penalty area. Gets it away, and he's sent it long, and Bacchus picks it up. St Mirren will come again. Ball looking for Kilty. Headed to Boyd Munce, the goal scorer. Lennon Miller hooks it half clear to Bacchus. Out to Tanzer on this left-hand side. Left-footed cross from Tanzer comes in. Mugabe heads it away. Bacchus has it 30 yards out. And Boyd Munce with another left-footed cross. It's too much for Mandron. They'll go behind for a goal kick. 25 played in the second half. St Mirren still leading by a goal to nil.
Yeah, a lot of pressure from St Mirren in this last 5 minutes. Motherwell having to do an awful lot of defending.
Yeah, Motherwell just can't get a hold of the ball just now, like you say, Tomo. It's a lot of good pressure and good deliveries into the box. It's causing Motherwell some problems back there.
Kelly's goal kick. Here it slips, appeals, and Gogic heads only to the feet of Slattery though. It's out to this right hand side. O'Donnell. Slattery out on this right hand side, pursued by Boyd Munce, goes back to O'Donnell, who just gets in ahead of the challenger. Kilty moves infield, then fires it to McGinn on the edge of the box, but it was not at his feet, and it's fizzed through, and it's going to go all the way through despite Wilkinson's best efforts for a goal kick. That's the Motherwell fans crying for a free kick, but not a chance would be my view.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I don't know why Stephen O'Donnell doesn't whip that into the box. He looks for the pass at the edge of the 18. Just stick
like
it in.
Pick somebody out there, didn't he?
Yeah, it's been a frustrating afternoon for Motherwell so far. It'll be interesting to see potentially if we see later that handball back, because no VAR to look at it, of course.
It's hard to see from here.
Yeah, absolutely. Just bounced about. And strong appeals, but that's not necessarily indicative if the crowd think it was a handball. And a throw in to Motherwell. In fact, it's going to be a St Mirren throw up on this near side in front of us, in front of the technical area. Stuart Kettlewell looks a frustrated figure in his technical area. Taylor up to take the throw in the Motherwell half. There's a nudge on Casey from Mandron, and he is penalised by referee Willie Collum. And Queen's Park are trailing Arbroath. Beg your pardon, it's Queen's Park who are in front against Arbroath in the Championship. Started well, Queen's Park, 2 wins from 2, on course to make it 3 from 3. O'Donnell.
You worry for Arbroath this season a wee bit.
Indeed. Clears it downfield, and Mandron's battling. He's got something on this, and it's through for McMenamin. He's clean through on goal. Casey's chasing. McMenamin's up. He's inside the area. Casey's got back. McMenamin's shot. Casey makes the block, and he gets up and celebrates that as if it was a goal. Great defending. McMenamin just almost ran out of legs there.
Well, he kept running away from goal and making his angle harder instead of going straight. His first touch took him slightly to the right. His next touch took him even further right, which is giving the Motherwell defenders time to get back. He really should have done better there.
He needs to try and cut across Casey, doesn't he?
Aye.
Cut across him, make him make a decision. If he doesn't tackle him, he's one-on-one with the goalie and gets his shot away. But again, it's Mugabe. I don't know what he's trying to do. He just stands your ground. He's tried to win the header. It's bounced over him.
Corner over on the far side. St Mirren looking for that second goal, which might settle this game. It's right in on top of Kelly, who gets a good punch on it out to this near side. McMenamin still running, collects it. He's going to try and take on Wilkinson, and he offloads to Taylor, who's going to cross to the back post with the left foot. Good header by Blaney, hooked away. Mugabe will get there first and go back to his goalkeeper Kelly. Then he plays it out to Shane Blaney on the left hand side of the pitch. Then Spittle gets it back to Blaney. St Mirren just sitting in their shape, and Blaney has no option but to go back to the goalkeeper, and Stuart Kettle is furious. He wants his team to be going forward, and then it's up the pitch, and Tanzer deals with it, and Kilty is in with a loose ball, but Slattery gets his foot round him and then puts it out for a throw in, and Slattery is furious at the quality of the ball that he's getting. Throwing in this near side. St Mirren leading this Viaplay Cup last 16 tie by a goal to nil into the final 12 minutes of the 90. Motherwell needs something special. Throw in, and then it's a free kick. Slattery penalised.
Probably should have played the advantage.
Kettlewell's gutted with that, because Beneath had a good hold of the ball there. It was a good bit of play.
Short to McGinn on this near side. looks for Tierra, who's received the ball so well since he's come on, and he's twisted away from Gogic. He's running towards the edge of the box, no room for a shot, and then his pass lets him down. Strain intercepts Bacchus. Miller goes in, falls back for Beirut. 20 yards out, he's tackled by Bacchus, who tracked back, and then Mandron looks for the layoff, but Efford was alive. Pinned it off the toes, Slattery hits the deck under a nudge from Mandron. It's a free kick, and it's going to be a yellow card for the St Mirren striker against his former club, and a really good position for Motherwell to get a strike on goal. It's fairly central, 20 yards out.
The pace is certainly picked up from a Motherwell point of view.
And the wind.
And the wind
into the goal. I tell you what though, Blaney's got a hell of a free kick on him.
Well,
scored a few in the reserves recently.
Well, he scored against Motherwell for Sligo Rovers, a brilliant free kick. Took them out of the
strike
Euro.
for about 40 yards.
Earned him his move. So we'll see his left foot, what he can do. Slattery fancies that he can take a free kick as well.
He just did that thing that golfers do. He picked up a bit of grass and threw it into the air as if to say, right, we're going to judge where the wind's going here.
Good luck with that.
Good one, mate.
Had a slight fade into this.
Just hit this wind. He's going to draw one in here.
Well, it's going to be the left foot of Blaney. That smiles over the bar.
Bigged them up.
Never came down. It went up and it never came down.
They did not get enough
until it was over the goal.
Top spin on that, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a free kick to a goal kick, I should say, sailed behind, and St Mirren will take their time as Hemming sends it long. Final 9.5 minutes of the 90. St Mirren have something to hold on to, and they have got themselves 2-0 in front in games in the league recently and then fallen off the game. They haven't done that this afternoon, although they've not added to their lead. Motherwell still in it as it stands. And
conditions are absolutely horrific.
Yeah, they've changed for the worse.
Really bad.
They've definitely changed for the worse. But Motherwell have got that little bit of momentum going forward. They've got the wind. They've got.
And it's going to be a free kick here on halfway. Mandron penalised, and we can go to Jane Lewis, who's at Livingston for us.
I am indeed, yeah, but it's 2-0 to the Premiership side. Nibley and Montano with the goals here. It was Nibley who got Livy off the mark after 12 minutes. Good play between Guthrie and Montano, who fired in a low ball from the left for Nibley to tap in. It's really been all Livingston. They've had the vast share of possession when Ayr United have the ball. They haven't really threatened terribly much with it, to be fair. And Livy in the second half started off really brightly, and Montano made it 2-0. The ball broke too, but did really well to latch onto the ball from a through ball. I think it looked like the goalkeeper for Ayr United, Robbie Much, did get a hand to the ball, but nevertheless the ball managed to roll over the line, and then just a few minutes ago Montano had a great chance to make it 3-0, but the keeper did well to smother his effort. Livingston leading this one and looking comfortable at 2-0.
Thanks, Jane. A couple of changes here for St Mirren. It's going to be the goal scorer Caelan Boyd-Munce and Conor McMenamin to go off. Toyosi Olasanya and Charles Dunn are on, so Dunn to bolster the defence and Olasanya to stretch on the break, I would guess, as the free kick goes long.
Yeah, Gogic has been moved into the middle of the park,
and it's a long ball here, and there's a chase on. Blaney was after it. In fact, it's young Ferry, and he was claiming for a free kick, but he's penalised.
See that there? St Mirren have come away with the ball there.
It's not a foul.
It's a coming together.
Aye.
He's got the two of them have got to go for the ball there. St Mirren come away with the ball. I don't know why he's brought that back. Let the game flow.
Good run from Mark Ferry, 17-year-old, featured in all 4 of the group games. Started in the 3-3 draw with Queen of the South. It's good to see Motherwell giving young players game time, because we really haven't seen it last season in particular.
We need to see more of it. We need to see more of it from all the clubs.
Yeah, you don't see it enough, and there's a first appearance on the bench for young Robbie Garcia as well, which is great to see.
It just seems back when we were kind of breaking through, Lee, that loads and loads of young players get their opportunities.
Yeah.
Whereas now there's a dearth, and I don't think it's because of lack of talent.
I was just going to say that.
Opportunities aren't there.
What do you think the reason is behind that? Is it too much pressure? Is it?
I don't know.
They don't trust the youth. Or why have academies if you're not going to trust to put the youth into the fold? Is there too much pressure on managers to get 3 points every single week and not have that youth coming through and a platform, a pathway? I know it's obviously. It's said a lot, having a pathway, but it's so blatant that Motherwell, they do have a pathway if you're hungry enough and determined enough and have the right attitude to go and do it. Obviously you need a manager to put trust in you, and for me, obviously speaking on Lennon's behalf, it's Kettlewell trusts him. His players run about him, the first team players run about him, trust him with the ball and trust him he's a first team player. He's not a youth player coming up, and he's settled in well. But it needs to be more of that in Scottish football. There needs to be more.
Corner here for St Mirren. Toyosi Olasanya, substitute, doing well to hold the ball up, and Strain comes across to take, applauds the fans. They are 6 minutes plus stoppage time away from a place in the quarter-finals of the Viaplay Cup, and Strain is going to take right hand side, lofts it to the back post. Gogic is going to go up, but Kelly, the goalkeeper, claims it, and he's commanded his box really well, Liam Kelly, and he's deciding to get on with this. McGinn plays it up towards Ferry, and in fact it's Slattery's collected, and he tried to move it infield, and the rain is pouring down now. Throw into Motherwell on the far side.
Say whether it meant that or not, I think it was a good bad one.
It was definitely a good bad one.
Again, on the break, Motherwell can be really dangerous.
Throw in goes back towards a Motherwell goal, and Mugabe spreads it to Casey. He's under pressure from Mandron and Olasanya, who scored that goal after coming in to start for Mandron against Hibs. Lovely finish on the break. Mugabe, he's going to go long. Fraser wins the header. Slattery picks up and moves it into the path of Spittle, who slips as he tries to cross, and it goes out for a St Mirren throw in on that far side, and a few players losing their footing in this second half as the rain pours down in Paisley.
Yeah, as a manager, it's a bugbear. I know obviously it's been a downpour, a massive downpour in the last 5-10 minutes, but hopefully everybody's got the right footwear on.
Well, Airdrie set up a grandstand finish on their own patch. They've scored a penalty to make it 3-2. Ross County still winning, as Casey goes back towards his own goal under pressure from Olasanya. He's given it to Kelly, who's had to tear after it to the far side of his box. He does get there, the goalkeeper puts the foot through it, effort goes up, Tanzer wins the header, Kilty goes after it but he won't get it in time. Again, jumps the advertising boards and steps back over as he looks to take the throw in, gives it to Efford, touch into the feet of McGinn, who goes down under pressure from Gogic, and he gets the free kick.
The experience there from Paul McGinn, just threw himself to the ground while he bought it.
That's a professional buying of the fill, shall
it
we
is
say.
Indeed.
And it's a
I
chance.
think he was running into trouble as well.
He was.
Chance for Motherwell this. Spittle right in front of us with a free kick. He's going to thought about going for Slattery. He made the run across the near post at the edge of the box, but he's stopped, puts the arm up ready to take, and he's lofted it towards Mugabe. Hemming's come and he's played that brilliantly. Absolutely fantastic goalkeeping in a crowd of bodies from Zach Hemming, the St Mirren keeper. Saved a penalty last week, looks like he's full of confidence.
Yeah, he started the season well. There's no greater sight in football when you're under pressure, when your goalie just comes and takes the ball. It's brilliant.
Smashes it long, Hemming, puts the pressure back on Motherwell. Mugabe heads it first time up into the air. Efford wins the ball. Spittle in his own half gets there first, falls for McGinn, gives it to Casey, who goes right footed up into the channel looking for Slattery, and it's out for a throw into Motherwell. There is a bit of an urgency, just a lack of quality at the moment from Motherwell as they seek the equaliser that would force extra time in this last 16 tie.
I don't think the St Mirren ball boys and girls have got the memo about slowing it down. That ball came on rapidly for the throw in and St Mirren weren't set.
I like it, fairness. Fairness all round.
It's not Jose Mourinho getting the ball boys and girls involved in the delay tactics. Tanzer's flick on from the throw in, and Bacchus has played in Olasanya, who's in behind. Kelly's come a long way and he's got there. The goalkeeper simply had to, and he swept in behind well, and it's cleared out by Kelly.
It was good goalkeeping from Liam. It was, because he had to be really sharp out to get to that, and else Olasanya was in.
He was on his toes, wasn't he?
Yep.
We have 2 minutes of the 90 remaining here in Paisley. St Mirren still leading thanks to that 8th minute goal from Caelan Boyd-Munns. What a screamer it was. Motherwell trying to do everything they can to force extra time. St Mirren, though, coming forward. Olasanya wins a flick on and then goes in behind, and he's pulled back by Mugabe, and he's going to be in trouble here. Willie Collum reaches for his pocket.
Should only be a yellow.
And it is going to be a yellow card. He was out wide of the goal. He's not even the last man really, but it was cynical.
It certainly was cynical. He's been caught out a few times today, McGabby. He'll be disappointed with that one because he has got pace. But he just gets caught wrong side there. It's good striker play, playing him behind. Again, I've been speaking about it quite often today. Motherwell haven't done that. They haven't turned the St Mirren defenders. And St Mirren, on the flip side of that, have, and they've made Motherwell defend a lot of the time through the game today.
And St Mirren could kill off Motherwell's League Cup hopes if they could grab a second here in the final minute of the 90. It's a free kick, right hand corner of the box, and it's going to be whipped in with a left foot, headed away by McGinn. Strain sends it back in with a head, and then Motherwell clear to the edge of the box. Gogic is battling, Bacchus is in there, and it's stabbed away by Blaney, and Fraser's not headed that away. It's gone in behind, but Charles Dunn bailed out his centre half partner there, went in behind and cleared for St Mirren because they had Motherwell head bodies chasing after that.
Yeah, it was brilliant play from Charles Dunn. He is quick, he got over and cleared the danger.
Even just recognising where the danger was there.
Spittle out on this near side in his own half. He's just lopped that forward, but Slattery slipped, allowing Tanser to collect. The fourth official's reading the board. We'll see how much stoppage time. We get 4 minutes of stoppage time. 4 minutes for Motherwell to salvage their League Cup dreams for this season. It would be a first defeat in 13 matches for the Steelmen, stretching back to last season. St Mirren on course for 6 wins in a row since losing to Montrose in their group stage opener. Here comes Spittle, right hand side, feeds Slattery, who turns, good tackle, and it's for Miller to loft it back in, headed clear, Bacchus on the edge, Kiltie gives it back, and gives it to Mandron, who tries to feed Kiltie, poor pass, Lennon Miller intercepted, but it's scrappy, and Olasanya's come away with it. He's up towards the corner of the box, and he's going to get the back heel back. It's Olasanya. What a save, Liam Kelly. What a save from the goalkeeper. Olasanya must have thought he was going to find it back of the net.
Do you know what? I think it was Lennon Miller that slid in, because I see Liam give him a high five there, and he's,
what a tackle it is then.
Here come Motherwell, right hand side, Joe Efford into the box, puts it into the near post, but Hemming gobbles it up. And well, breathless stuff in stoppage time here in Paisley. Apologies, Lee, if I've taken the credit.
Just with Liam's reaction there, he's given him a high five as he slid in behind him. But end-to-end stuff in the last few minutes. Maybe too little, too late for Motherwell.
We shall see. We've played a minute and a half of the 4 added. Olasanya wins a flick on, but Mandron wasn't on the move. Casey gives it to Miller. Blaney up the left-hand touchline to McGinn, who just hit it first time on the turn, and he's miscued it, and St Mirren have it back. Marcus Fraser out to the right-hand touchline, but it's charged down the clearance, and Beeric's going to get there, and he's wiped out. He's wiped out, and then there's another flying challenge goes in. Willie Collum walks across. He's going to book.
Go on then.
He's going to book Charles Dunn.
Go on then.
Is he? He's going to book Charles Dunn, and then he's going to book Paul McGinn as well, who went in with the afters.
It was 2 meaty old challenges, let me tell you that right now. Well, Charles Dunn goes in, he wins the ball, but I think he's slightly high. He maybe catches the ankle.
It's hard to see from here, but the way he goes down and the reaction of the Motherwell players, and then McGinn flies into a tackle after the whistles went.
My word, Will Airdrie have equalised at home to Ross County.
Really?
2-0 and then 3-1 down. O'Connor has scored late on to perhaps force extra time. What a run Airdrie are on under Rhys McCabe. He can score goals, that's for sure. And what a chance Motherwell have. The initial free kick was theirs for Dunn's, as Tomo described it, meaty challenge, and Slattery's over it. It's in line with the left-hand corner of the box.
St Mirren trying to make a substitution.
Yeah, they are. It's going to be James Bolton who's going to come on for Ryan Strain, like for like, out on the right-hand side. There's 1 minute left of stoppage time, but we'll play more than that given the delays here. And Stuart Kettlewell swikes from a bottle of water. He needs his team to come up with something from this free kick in line with the left-hand corner of the box. And this change, is it going to be made? Is it going to be made? It is. James Bolton comes on, but is anyone actually come off for.
Yeah, he's round the back of the.
He's went off
I think
behind
Willie
the goal.
Collin escorted him off the pitch here.
I just see him now.
The closest point.
And Slattery's going to take this with the right foot into the near post. It's not great. It's cleared. Down for Lennon Miller, who's the only one back for Motherwell. He helps it on to Spittle on this far side. He was running out of room. He squeezed it down. Effort chased it. Gogic got there, and Taylor has thumped it up the pitch. Olasanya's there. He's got there, Olasanya, and he's tussling, and he's going to get on it. It's a 2-on-1. If Olasanya, he's got Bacchus in the middle. He's up to the edge of the box. Step over. Olasanya off the post, and then somehow, is it Greg Kiltie who's put it wide? An open goal.
Wow.
Deary me.
Well, I felt as though Olasanya should have slipped in Van Dron earlier. He goes in his zone, does a step over. So unlucky to see it coming back off the post, and then Bacchus has got an open goal and puts it over the bar. Crazy stuff.
What a game this last 10 minutes.
Incredible. And Motherwell are not done. Miller helps it forward, but it's straight to Charles Dunn on the edge of the St Mirren box. Up to Olasanya, who's been brilliant since he came on, and it's broken for Kiltie, and Kiltie now is up against two Motherwell defenders. He's up towards the edge of the box. Can he go by Casey? Casey does really well, forces him outside of the box on the right hand side. He gets the sliding tackle in, and it's going to be a throw in on the far side, but that might be it in terms of chances from Motherwell. St Mirren will not be in a rush to take this. We've played the stoppage time allocated, and will we have time for any more play? St Mirren seconds away, you would have to say, from a place in the Viaplay Cup quarter-finals. Fraser throwing, and there is the full-time whistle. The fans are on their feet in Paisley at the Spicer Stadium. St Mirren's.
It's also a very tight affair in Paisley this afternoon. St Mirren beating Motherwell by 1-0 to 0. We can hear live now from the Motherwell manager, Stuart Kettlewell. He's with Kerridine, Edson.
Yes, it's a clearly very disappointed Stuart Kettlewell that's right beside me just now. Stuart, just give me your take on that match.
Listen, Kerridine, the game played out exactly how I imagined it would do. I've just said that to the players there, and I think I touched on it in the press during the week. It was going to be a close encounter. It was going to be a really tight game. There wasn't going to be very much between the two teams, and in the end, that was how it sat. You know, St Mirren get a few chances and a few opportunities towards the end when we're really trying to open up and push to get ourselves back in it. But it was probably how I thought the game would pad out, and I think the lesson for us is to be tidier with a restart, which results in a wonderful finish. It's a brilliant finish, but what we have to do is we have to be so much better before that, and I actually thought we started the game okay, and then that probably had a bit of a adverse effect on us, if you like, and how we used the ball and even our space and our distances as a team, which has been very good for a long period of time. So there is a bit of disappointment in it, and we have to lick our wounds and make sure that doesn't derail what's been a very good run to this point in the league campaign.
In that first half, that's as frustrated, I think, as I've seen you on the touchline in your spell here, but it looks like a few half-time words maybe had the desired effect, because you guys look better in the second half.
Yeah, listen, it's not about me. I'd try to be more composed at the side of the park, but there was elements of it where I just felt that we talk about the word bravery all the time. We keep speaking about bravery, but I just felt that when we went a goal down and when we had given the ball away, that we almost just sort of disappeared into not wanting to make another mistake, which is not how I manage a team. It's not what I expect for the players, and I just think that human beings will always make mistakes. It's important that we're trying to make positive decisions. And from that, sometimes you get it wrong, but I don't like us taking a step back, which is what I felt it was Kerridine in the first half for a little spell.
Did you feel there was a bad tackle that was missed by the referee?
Yeah, again, this is where we go. We don't want VAR, we do want VAR, all this type of stuff. There's no VAR here today. The long and short of it is it's a horrendous tackle on Mika Biereth. I've got a striker now sitting in there that it doesn't look too good, to be honest with you. Charles Dunn goes two-footed, straight legs, all the hallmarks, this tick list that we're told about. And, it doesn't matter when you've played the game, what era. We keep talking about outlawing these tackles, and it's a horrendous tackle. It's a shocking tackle. I've watched it back again with our analyst there, and I'm pretty shocked that I didn't quite see it as bad at the time, but when I watch it, it's worse than I thought. So that really irks me. It now puts me in a position where a striker that came on, a young player that we've got on loan, that we keep talking about trying to protect him and all of that sort of stuff, it looks as if he's got a bad one to the knee. And in the first half as well, there's a clear penalty. Mikael commander on, handles the ball inside the box. Dan Casey's reaction will tell you that he's handled it inside the box. And again, I'm not coming after Willie. Willie's one of the top officials in the country, but we ask him about it at half time, he says there's no VAR, but we're still asking referees to referee the game. That's what it was supposed to be. So there's a great deal of frustration. I'm not trying to make it as an excuse, but what I'm trying to say is the referees still have to referee the game based on what they see, and that's what we were told. If there was no VAR and if the signal blew up and we didn't have it, then the referee would be trusted with refereeing the game. And there's two massive decisions today, one that was a straight red card, no question, and the other one that's a clear penalty the other side. But you know what, there'll be complaints for the other side as well. That's just how I see it.
Just finally on the tackle there, Beer, are you worried now that he's going to miss some games? How bad is he just now? What's the initial prognosis, if there is one?
Absolutely no idea. He's on the treatment table there. The physio's having a look at him. But as I say, I think Scottish football kind of sat up and took note last week that there was a talent that came onto the pitch, that pitched in with a goal and an assist and looked really, really bright. And all I'm saying and all I'm asking for is that referees protect these guys. That's what we're told was going to happen. And today that's not been the case, Kerridine. And I just need to wait and see what the damage is and the length of time that he might look as if he could be out.
And just a quick one on your fans, well, actually, in fairness to St Mirren fans as well, what an atmosphere we had in this ground. There weren't too many empty seats. It was a cracking cup tie, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was breathless towards the end. Of course it was. 1,400 of our supporters was incredible. They really have got behind us. I spoke about it right at the start when I came in, that we have to do something to try and get them behind us and to try and get that vocal support, get them here coming in numbers, and they've done it again today. But you know what, Kerridine, I think the players have given them enough to get that back in. But as always, we're very grateful for it, and they were trying to will us back into the game, but unfortunately we just came up short.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Stuart Kettlewell there, Tom Menges, can hear in his voice. He's not used to having to speak about defeats. He's done a tremendous job there at Motherwell. No VAR in that game. He's bemoaning the fact there, feels there were some very obvious decisions not made by the referee, Willie Collum. I'd imagine for the referees it may be quite difficult to switch between games that are covered by VAR and games that are not covered by VAR. We'll come to that in just 1 minute. We're joined live now by the St Mirren assistant manager, Dermot O'Carroll. He's with Kerridine.
Dermot, very well done. Just give me your take on that match. It was a cracking cup tie, wasn't it?
Yeah, two good sides right at it. I think it was a very solid performance from us. I think we were threatened throughout. Subs actually strengthened us late in the game. We maybe could have made it 2 or 3, but Motherwell, good side, very organised, well coached. Ketts is very, very good. Have a lot of respect for their players and their staff, but I think over the course, I think we deserved it.
What a goal to decide a football match.
Yeah, fantastic. And he's been, listen, Caelan's a young lad. He's bounced around the academy system a little bit, hasn't played that much first team football, but you see his talent on show there with the deliveries he has in the box from set plays, overall game. He got man of the match, and I think rightly so. He was fantastic.
And nearly Keanu Bacchus almost does the same thing, because that first half in particular, I mean, those two chances, it just grazes the top of the crossbar. You must have been thrilled with the way that you attacked the game.
Yeah, I think, listen, last season we were probably, part of our success was being a little bit more passive, maybe sitting off the game a little bit more, but we've consciously tried to bring in more legs, press people a little bit higher, get after people and play a little bit more. So all in all, a very good performance. We'll not get too excited, but something to build on.
Motherwell came at you as you probably knew that they would, and yet at the end there you've hit the post, you've had another couple of breakaways. It was just that kind of match, wasn't it? Yeah, fantastic from Toy in particular to OC. He's come on, he's strengthened us at the top of the pitch after Mika had kind of given us his all and Connor had given us his all, but no, fantastic for the back five in particular. The front boys have got us through the last couple of games, but the back five and the goalkeeper, they deserve credit for that one because they've seen us out, big clean sheet here at home, and that's what we were built on last year. It's a big result for the football club, is it not? Yeah, listen, fantastic. We're not going to get too excited. We won't get too high or low, but a club like ourselves is the same as Motherwell. You want to progress in cup competitions. The league is your bread and butter, but this is the kind of bonus stuff. If we can keep progressing and keep looking at it, maybe we can get to Hampden and see where we go from there. But it's fantastic for those lads. They deserve it. They work hard during the week, and you see what they put on the pitch. You're okay to get excited about the quarterfinals of the National Cup competition, one of the National Cup competitions? Yeah, I can get very excited, to be fair. The gaffer will temper me if he's somewhere, but no, it's brilliant. Listen, we look forward to the draw. There's some big clubs still in it. We don't fear anybody. That's with the greatest respect to everybody. We feel like on our day we can compete with the best in the league. So we'll set up a plan no matter who it is, and we'll hopefully progress on to Hampden. And just to give you a right to reply, Motherwell are quite unhappy with that tackle by Charles Dunn on their player Beer that they thought was like two-footed kind of straight red territory. Do you have a view on it? Did you see it? Any views on that at all? I think it's the typical Arsene Wenger answer, but it is the other side of the pitch. I haven't seen it back, to be honest. I'd need to watch it. I know that Charles Dunn
isn't that type of player. His track record would show that, even with his red cards and different things in his career. He's not that type. He's not malicious. So I would say, if anything, it was maybe more clumsy than anything else. But I'd need to watch it back to really comment, to be honest.
And can we see more of these interviews? Are you going to get them the winning manager interviews now, or is this just a one-off?
I think he likes giving it to me when we win games. That's the thing. If we keep winning, maybe you'll see more of me. If we go in a slump, I'll hide behind the curtain. But no, it's fair play to him. He's brilliant for me, so it's great to be able to do this as well.
Thanks for your time. Well done today.
Cheers. Thank you.